looking out for the opposition. We don't do this for mass appeal. Don't make me blast it still. I put in work, no Vladimir. They want me to lose, but I can't. Mama shed like 1,000 tears. I can't do that shit to waste. I pull up in Mercedes. Next year you gon' see me pull up in the race. All I know ball hard. Mama told me, boy, make sure you tie your legs. Hey, when I was down bad, boy, I got on my knees and I started to pray. Now I'm breaking bread with my young vet. Wiz, you was a part of the game. No, now we getting paid every single day. Yeah, I was hustling. I can turn an 8 to a 28. Let me show you. 12, they can kiss my ass. Yeah, see them lights, but you know I got the strap. Go right up, now we getting paid every single day. Yeah, I was hustling. I can turn an 8 to a 28. Let me show you. 12, they can kiss my ass. Yeah, see them lights, but you know I got the strap. Go right, I push the. I do the dash, on my way to the bag, boy, you know I push the gas.
Okay, my timing is critical. Then on my rhyming is pivotal. Homie, the dash is digital, gas residual. Fire and smoke like I'm leading a ritual. You bet my cash is long. I hit the gas, I'm gone. Riding my wave. I've been here stuck in my zone. I've been blast them all. Sliding on fate. I've been finding my ways. Grinding for days. I've been shining the hate. All of y'all wanted for praise. Stuck in a phase. Let it and turn it ablaze. Yeah, homie, you don't wanna race. Nah, better to stick to your place. Yeah, want it all, I gotta taste. You push on the pedal, now I gotta skate. Yeah, all I ever known. Put me on this throne. Pinnacle. Push my buttons and that motherfucker go. What you know, what you own. Push it and I zone. Sonic booms full of room. Riding till the tomb with my goons. Smell the fumes. Y'all know what it do with the crew when we coming through. Y'all better move, make it fast. Ain't no second chance coming for your ass. Turn to ash, burning rubber now. Better push the gas like.
I do the dash, on my way to the bag, boy, you know I push the gas.
For so long, I was living my life, oh so wrong, always numbing my mind, battled on, building scars from the knife.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hopefully you guys are all having a good one. I apologize for starting a little late. I don't want to be doing that or make it a habit. However, with I have a good reason why I'm late. I was up until 7 in the morning working on a vid, slaving away. But Dal, what were you doing prior to working on a vid? Playing some WoW. It's been pretty damn difficult to balance between like enjoying the game and legit no life in it for a bit with 915 with all the renowned stuff and covenant stuff. I've actually just been so hard trying to just been having fun, you know what I mean? When you're having fun, you just don't want to stop and you want to no life it for a bit, but also try to get vids up and running. Dude, balancing this is difficult. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. Today we got some NA news, boys, and it sounded like someone was already ready for some NA duels, so we'll get it up and running. How you boys doing? We got JSab Gaming, we got ourselves Team Assassin, Andrews King. How you boys all doing? Welcome back, welcome back. I've seen Bobby Cotting 4 strokes land in the ceiling at every time. Oh yeah, we gotta swap it out to Bobby. I think we do gotta swap it out to Bobby. Yeah, I gotta change it. What's up, Skills? What's up, Nick? How you doing, boys? Dudes, I am trying to put as much work as I can into the vids themselves, but there's like so many big projects that I want to do. I want to try one of every Covenant combo, one of every Covenant class, and make like my list of the most fun Covenant class combos. Not even like what's good, but just rather what's fun. I tried doing a healing as a Night Fae monk. I love healing as a monk, by the way. It's actually so fun. Like, I have such a blast with it. It is so good. Like, it's not probably amazing for like higher keys, but it's been a while since I enjoyed the class that much. It's been so awesome. I gotta go back and try Night Fae, no, Venti or Monk healing, but also want to do a Night Fae DPS, and I think that'd be kind of fun just because you have an ability that you can just kind of incorporate into rotation regularly, and I want to give it a go. I wonder how fast-paced that playstyle was going to be. What's up, subpar? Привет, здорово, Duke. How you doing, my man? Hope you guys are having a good one. Alrighty, NA. We're going to try to see if we got any groups up for 5v5 1v1 Duels. Thank you boys so much for joining me today. Let's see who is available. Let's set up our UI real quickly. I did get a message earlier. Skills with a 5-man group, my guy. If you guys got a 5-man group right now, this is the opportunity in blue post in real ID. Whisper me, and it'll be good to go. Night King, Luke. I know Luke had a group. I'm in Skills' group. All right, sounds good. So we're gonna put you back here. Skills are gonna be the lead for the time being. But worse and worse, we can swap it to Luke. Everyone's something down. Yo, Bold, hitting that up with the everybody's such a tap. What's up, Chicago? How you doing, fam? Gotta get them chill pills today. Yo, we got a pill for chill pill, dude. Daily dose, daily pill of chill pills. Is that cringe to say? Daily pill of chill pills, dude. Take your medicine. Night King and Bald. Let's see. It looks like it's working. Look like it queued. Look like it's looking kind of cute. Oh, there we are, boys. And here we are, man. Let's go, dude. Yo, let's hopefully we get some variety in here when it comes to classes, yeah? Hopefully get a bit of variety in here. Alrighty, boys. Let's have some fun tonight. Switch. We got ourselves. Actually, let's swap out the mix because this song is nice. I like it a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's a wonderful, beautiful song, but we gotta go back to the normal mix because I don't know what this song is going to be like. Actually, not this one. Skip that. Skip that. What am I feeling like? What am I feeling for the day, dude? What am I feeling like starting off with? I gotta update the tunes a bit more. This will work just fine. We got ourselves Team 2 together with Big Homie Kang. Just kind of getting covered up by a mace. You can't really see the man's face. We got ourselves Shatrath. I like your name is Shatrath, by the way. Hi, my name is Dal. Hey, my name is Shatrath. We got Skills back here as an arms warrior with Tribulate. There's going to be a Shatter Priest up and running as an Necrolord. We got Unbothered in the back as a sub-rogue. And we got Seaver going to be first up as an Arcane Necrolord Mage. This is going to be interesting. Triune Word getting nerfed in 915, but you can always go Necrolord and go for a big old shield. Is playing that Arcane Night Elf Mage. Gonna be opening up with a bit of missiles. Tribulate is gonna walk up and melee with the fear. Gonna be a trinket out of Seaver trying to go for the big touch of the magic. Is gonna land the polymorph as Seaver goes for a big Arcana Sphere. Massive damage, potentially big damage onto Tribulate. Gonna be big blasters afterwards with a greater fade as Seaver trying to get himself some damage up and running afterwards. It's gonna be spell stealing every buff from Tri with a stun onto the Mage. Holding onto a bunch of shields. Actually even spell stole a shield from the Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest getting his sped up and running, but dropping down his Necrolord Night Covenant ability. And that's going to be spawning a Mages of the Dead, doing quite a bit of damage to Seaver. Going to be that Temporal, trying to go for a bit of healing. I wonder if Tribulate tried to go for a Dispel. That's going to be quite a bit of healing. Still, the dots are rolling on Seaver. Is going to need to get himself a shield or something. And I wonder if the Flesh Guard is back up by now. Most likely not, but is going to be able to steal buffs from Tribulate, stealing those power word shields as much as possible. And it's going to survive that, actually. That was quite a bit of damage. Flesh cut out for Tribulate is getting himself a full fresh shield. Most likely Seaver is going to have one available sometime soon. Could back up out of there. Has a bunch of images rotating back towards him. He's going to go for a Fleshcraft as one of the images sits in the back. Frostbolt cast at a Trade is going to hit him with some slow. Trade is not going to be able to stop the Fleshcraft whatsoever. Stun onto Seavark. I believe he's playing Shimmer with a Goblin Racial leaping next to Seavark and whispering sweet nothings as Seavark gets embarrassed by them and fears in the other direction. Silence, there's going to be more pets available. Seavark try to avoid these pets as best as possible. Going to be a quick invis with his shield. Got himself the temporal in case he can get any kind of healing. Is going to sit down and get food immediately using that invis. And we'll see how it goes. Quality's bad, dude. Jeff, we might have to adjust the quality of the stream. There's a cogwheel. There's a cogwheel real quick. I don't want Jeff to have a bad stream experience. All blurry. You might have to adjust the cogwheel. You probably have it set up at like 360, 480, anything lower because it is 1080 60. Hopefully get it fixed. I just don't want you to have a bad experience. Going to be try popping out, charging spell, clean up, Seavark with all the different buffs. Going to be touching the magic, but the trinket out Dribble, trinket out to Seavark as well. It's still going to go for as much damage as possible. Not going to have that barrack, but it's going to be massive. This guy's on Dribble. Might have to go for disperse here. It's going to go for void eruption. Does have some void for him, trying to go for a bit of a heal. Seavark could interrupt him right now. Actually has interrupt available. Fear quickly on to Seavark. As Cherryblade try to catch up a heal or two. Seavark gets himself shields, could be dispelled immediately. Cherryblade is going to get the dots up and running. Should hopefully work on the shield. Going to be Seavark slimming down, sitting down for a quick second, trying to get food ASAP. As is going to be a couple pets available for Cherryblade. Is it going to be enough damage for Seavark as Mages of the Dead is going to be joining the fight? Where is the Mages actually? Wait, did Seavark just avoid it? Did Seavark like visit or something? Where's the Mages? I swear to God, if this guy isn't running the Mages of the Dead, I'll be very surprised. I swear to God I saw that thing once or twice. I swear to God I thought I saw it. Maybe just I'm so used to Necrolord, Shadow Priest with Mages. Going to be massive Arcana Sphere. Knock it back to Blade with a bit of instant cast. It's going to get himself a greater fade. Goblin Rachel to try to see if he can reposition. Quick stun on Seavark as Seavark is chasing. It's not going to be the longest stun ever. Seavark could blink around and try to go for an interrupt. Trying to save that blink for later. As Cherryblade is going to blast it out. Sounds on the Seavark very quickly. It's going to be a Fleshcraft. Could interrupt it. Is going to land that interrupt. Trying to reduce the amount of defensives that Cherryblade is going to have. As Seavark gets a Fleshcraft. As there's no silence by the Shadow Priest anyway. And Seavark should be able to punish Cherryblade as long as he can get on top of him and get line aside. The Priest is continuing to heal himself and try to keep himself as topped off as possible. Quick invis by Seavark. Try to see if he can juke around Cherryblade. Maybe land a poly. He's trying to see if he can land it. Does get one around the corner with a Deathborn. Arcana Sphere could potentially be big damage here. Does he get big damage out of this one? Trying to go for a massive barrage with the disperse out of Triubulate immediately. And Seavark is on the chase, trying to keep the missiles built up as best as he can. Most likely playing the Barrage Legendary. Going to be Triubulate landing a Syphe, and Seavark wipes it out really quickly. With more missile spam, and Seavark is gonna trick it just so he can keep the pressure. Interrupt on the Cherryblade. Might be able to get enough damage. Trying to go for the most barrages. Cherryblade with barely any health and does get combusted down with a quick fire blast. Just Seavark pointing his fingers at him and snaps. And down goes the Priest. Very well done for the first duel. Seavark throwing down damage into Shattrath. I don't know what the hell the Rogue is doing. It looked like Rogue was going to be the one opening, but Shattrath is going to be the one dueling, not playing the PvP talent where he has an undispellable Hand of Freedom. Seavark does get himself a free Fleshcraft. Quick blind by Shattrath is going to be a poly, throwing down a judgment on the Kevin Slime. Going to be that Arcana Sphere for Seavark, looking to get a knockback with a touch of magic onto Shattrath. Big damage potentially. Try to go for as much healing early as possible. And Seavark is going to backpedal out of there, try to get some Arcane Blast, but looking to get distance, is able to always steal the buff from Shattrath every single time. That Hand of Freedom is just going to be giving Seavark free movement with missiles to follow. Just has a max range. Maybe Shattrath could go for a Hand of Hindrance on Seavark with a range Hammer of Justice. He might be able to make something happen. But he just doesn't have any ways to keep himself immune to slows. He can maybe break roots or break a slow for a second, but it's basically a gimme buff towards Seavark. Shattrath trying to maybe make something turn around here. Is going to be a Polymer for Seavark, just builds up resources. It's very going to find whittling away at Shattrath. Is going to repoly with another Arcana Sphere. Is that going to be big damage? Arcane Barrage is available very, very soon. I mean, Arcane Power, maybe with a Barrage. Going to be that ulti time for Seavark. As Shattrath taking a bit of damage, though. More barrages, more blasts. But the Paladin is continuing to press on as best as possible. Seavark blinking around him, not letting this Paladin touch him. Most likely gonna see a bubble sometime soon. As Shattrath's kind of low, using Sipping Cup right now. Battlemaster's Trinket borrowing some health, putting that thing on credit with a Shield of Vengeance rolling up next. But Seawork is going to blink past him with an Invis. Quick interrupt onto the Holy. I don't think he has enough damage to break through Shield of Vengeance, so just take him out right here. But getting that interrupt on Holy against any kind of bubbles is going to be helpful. Shatteroth, all he can do is once in a while throw a hammer, build whatever Holy power he can. Throwing out the Kyria Bell, but that's going to be the Bell Toll. Doesn't give him the procs of Judgment. He needs stun onto Seawork. As a touch of Mage is sending final wreck on the side. I wonder if he still hits Seawork blind, but that's going to be Seawork immediately trinketing it. What a trinket. That was actually incredibly fast. How fast it trinketed that one into Hannah for him, stolen yet again. And Seawork is just dancing around this Paladin. Does have Alter Time. Is going to kite him away from the Alter Time and then get ported back to the same location that he was in. Shatteroth got no options but to press bubble. And Seawork can just build enough for a Arcana Sphere in case maybe the bubble falls off. Quick and Viz. As Shatteroth finally gets some damage. He got himself wings. Maybe some damage to work with here. Is going to be able to keep himself afloat with healing. As flashlights are coming out around the corner, Seawork is going to let it happen, just snagging that Hand of Freedom. And Shatteroth is back to being played around with, man. The slows, the freedoms, it just will not do anything for him. He can maybe go for a little bit of healing on the side, but that's about it. Seawork actually burned through quite a lot of mana. Quick evocation into a poly. Onto Shatteroth, maybe he has the most damage. Deathborn, everything. Full burst is available. Shatteroth could be in big trouble, actually. Gonna be a big instant cast for Seawork. Actually, just blasted through Shatteroth. It's gonna get him some Shield of Vengeance right now. Missiles flying from far. Maybe he can build up for big damage. Gonna be a Hammer of Justice by Shatteroth. Finally getting some damage to Seawork. Gonna be that Temporal Seawork with the barrages and roots. Maybe he can go for a Hand of Freedom. Break the root for a second. Seawork with a Flesh Cuff. No way to interrupt it. While a massive Arcana Sphere is getting charged up. Shatteroth better prepared for it. Seawork making sure to aim the Arcana Sphere so it does get a big old boop. Maybe a Shimmer into an interrupt. Does land that interrupt so far. I feel like while Seawork cannot really one-shot Shatteroth, he can't really guarantee bursts. He can definitely whittle him down. He can outrange him. He can just outlast him and outlive them. And that's exactly what Seawork is going to do. Another touch of the Magi setup. Maybe he can make some work off of this one. As Shatteroth trying to create himself some line of sight, but Seawork isn't letting him. He has to build Holy Power just to work with this. Trying to go for a heal. Maybe interrupted. No, actually, interrupt was not available for Seawork. Now it is, though. He has to get himself some kind of heal, but looks like he just got whittled down, chiseled away over time. Like a crashing wave upon a mountain, eventually over years, that mountain will erode, and that's basically the Arcane-Mage gameplay here. Skills is going to be up next, doing a bit of an honor walk towards Seawork, maybe an honorable bow for the both of them. Gonna be that actual synchronized bow for both. As Skills does have a lot more mobility to work with here. I mean, the leap, maybe double charge. I don't know what he's going to be rolling with. And Seawork is just going to send a couple missiles at him. So maybe the Warrior will have a little bit easier time than a Paladin, since Paladins are not really considered the most mobile class in the game. Free missiles for Seawork around the corner. Skills to try to see if he can swing around. Poly almost lands on him. Actually creates the smallest line of sight. Trinket for Seawork. Gets himself out of the Spear of Bastion. No more Trinket for Seawork, but that's going to be Trinket for Skills. It's going to give himself a reflect. Seawork is going to reflect one of the builders back to himself. Trying to max out the damage into Skills. Maybe can do a lot. Touching the magic, doing quite a bit, but that's going to be that dive by the sword to provide a little bit of damage reduction. Even though Dive by the Sword has a parry, which magic effects don't do anything against parry, like they don't get parried. The DR from the Dive by the Sword is still quite helpful for Skills, especially when it's on such a short cooldown if you're running the right conduit. More missiles flying. Skills might be in a bit of a trouble here. Kind of low. He does activate an AoE stun. I say drops low, so Seawork can just blast into him, and even if Skills is nearby, he doesn't have to worry about it. Big barrage, Skills super low in health, might have to go for rally, needs to get himself defenses, but I think it's just over. And Seawork does take him out with a Fire Blast again, snap of the fingers, and the Warrior goes down with Unbothered, kind of starting a little early. This guy definitely did not start at the start of the room. That's a little bit awkward. Getting that interrupt on the Flesh Cup for Seawork, denying him any kind of shield, but also starting a little bit early, so normally Seawork would be able to get a Flesh Cup at least some point or another. But Unbothered is going to be retreating. Subrogue with a blinder to Seawork. No more Trinket by the Mage, still holding on to an Ice Block. The question now is, can he whittle away a Subtlety Rogue with the immunities, the CC, and the just escapes? Can he do it? Because it's going to be, I think, a bit of a fight between the two classes that are all about resets, that are all about whittling each other down. It is a Kyrian Subrogue, so you have quite a bit of damage to him. All the time for Seawork, I think he's going to cancel it. Yep, he is definitely going to cancel. Trinket out of Unbothered with a Cloak of Shadows as he sees cooldowns coming out of Seawork. That wasn't the biggest cooldowns out of Seawork. He's gonna stay in invis for a moment. Actually, Shadow melded, so he's just gonna wait it out. Brother didn't know where he was and wants to make sure to tag the rogue before he catches a reset. Gonna be some bursts out of the rogue, potentially nice block out of Seawork. He does have trinkets coming back up, shields are back up, temporal is there. Maybe he could do something. Gonna be the images back up for him, trying to get whatever heal he can. Maybe Warlock helps out of Impulsion, who is on his team, landing a Nova into Unbothered, who does burn a Vanish use. So now the rogue has nothing. Even evasion got used here. And Seawork is going to catch himself a bit of a reset with a bit of food while in invis, while in the bony skeletal form. And Unbothered was at least able to deny any kind of big burst out of that form. If Seawork can survive the next go by Unbothered, hit him with a root, maybe go for the big blaster burster, he might be able to do it. Everything is done for the rogue. That's going to be Seawork not sitting that CC long at all. Massive Arcana Sphere has the burst available. Does he go for the big go? He is going to go for the biggest go. Oh my god, send that rogue to the Shadow Realm, dude. He sent him in the afterlife of the afterlife, dude. Shadowland 2. He sent him to the Shadowlands 2. Oh my goodness. Next up is gonna be big homie Kang trying to get some damage onto Seawork. Gonna be BDB up first, and Seawork immediately trick inside of it, avoiding the Ring of Peace, and that's gonna be homie. Unable to really connect with Seawork. Gonna be that ulti time for Seawork if he needs to use it. Looks like he cancels it, goes with a Fleshcraft instead. I don't know if homie has a Fleshcraft available, but he is going to definitely set himself up defensively. As Seawork tried to see if he can maybe get an angle on him, maybe get some free arcane power. I believe that Arcane Orb did slap him. You go into the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. Dude, for real, that rogue had blasted so fast. Necrolord Mage. How often do you see this combination? Maybe more often now after this video, maybe potentially. Big ol' Arcane Sphere getting thrown onto homie as he gets hit with a barrage, taking a bit of damage though. Touching the magic, everything did quite a bit. Seawork could blink in aggressively and try to land an interrupt, but interrupting a monk just feels weird unless it's a healing monk. Like interrupting a Windwalker monk just feels like, it feels like they still will have abilities to use. Like you don't really interrupt a lot of the nature spells. Gonna be big damage. Homie going down with the big BDB. That's gonna be Seawork. You choosing to go with an ice block. It's better to use ice block than not using weight. Aren't you supposed to freeze while an ice block? You're moving. I think they might have broken some of those freeze animations. Interesting. Ulti time up for Seawork. Can take a lot of damage. Can definitely take a beating as he has ulti time to come back to where he needs to. That's going to be more shimmers around homie. Trying to see if he might be able to land a poly. Is going to be a trinket out of homie. And Seawork is getting kind of low. Might be enter him. Oh! He does get a knockback at the very end as a Whirling Dragon Punch came out. Sean is going to be up next. Looking to end this duel right there. Not trinketing out of the incap. Like, it looks like the wind might have broken that one. Just need to get a stun or something into homie. Is going to catch him with an incap. BDB, Lexup, I think he's just going to take him out in a single go. Serenity, interesting choice. Serenity Birds, that's something we don't really see that often, but maybe that'll be the new meta. And Sean is going to be able to touch a death and down. I definitely got to give credit to Seawork there. That was some amazing Arcane Mage burst. Something we needed to see, especially towards the end, dude, the payoff. He had to go whittling away Paladin for a bit. Totally understandable. Paladins have a lot of survivability, but then landing those kills on the rogue and on the even the warrior, like the burst, just being able to see, that was so good. I enjoyed that. I definitely enjoyed seeing it. Hopefully the rogue and the warrior will keep going back to the duels, because that is going to be now a competitor, dude. Arcane Mage Necrolord. Gotta figure out how to duel this. See what I'm still saying? Dude, he is nuts. Hopefully you're doing good, by the way, Bald. Yeah, if you guys get a better matchup, or maybe now that you've seen how Seawork plays, you guys will probably have an easier time dealing with it now, yeah? That's definitely going to be something to get used to. But I believe you guys can do it, man. This is because there's probably going to be more Arcane Mages from here on out, dude. I won't be surprised. Run it back, we changed some stuff. Alright. Night King got everybody, Bald got everybody. Let's go again, boys. Let's go again, because Team Night King barely got to play. Necrolord plus second wind seems mandatory for warrior to do good in duels. It is a really good combo set of miss. So how you doing, by the way, guy? Hi Dali, yo chat, what's up, Dafquan? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Is that warrior doing the duels like that? Oh, I think it was just trying to kind of get an angle so you could see the duels better. Yeah, I mean, normally I like to, when you guys sit at the beginning of the room, like I'm bothered, by the way, don't run out of the arena unless the person ahead of you, like in line, whatever order you guys are going in, unless the person in front of you is dead. Try to stay in the starting area. just so it's like more fair. That's kind of like one of the rules we have for the duels. I just don't want somebody being able to just to open up on them immediately, pounce on them as soon as the person in front of them is dead. That's like a little unfair. Like if they're next to you in the room, totally do it. But if they're far away, like at least it gives them a breather or two. You know? No, he's so busy picking covenants. Hell yeah, dude. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another one up and running. Yo, switch. We got ourselves Team Chill Pills. Well, Chill gonna be going up first. Massive, what looks like a Jathus blade in the back. A Chill Pills. Yo, that belt makes you look a little chunky. Yo, why does Chill Pills look so thick today with that belt, bro? It's gonna be skills, spinning to win, big defenses, massive parries, Chill Pills just blasting them out. It's gonna get that extra limb, extra helping hand, quick stun by skills. As his drops pretty low, and skills is a little bit behind on health. It's gonna need to do everything he can to survive here. It's gonna be quite behind. It's gonna be borrowed health disappearing, and he barely has any health. One quick blitz splits the boy in half. Chill Pills came in, opened up with every single cooldown, and I think if they are gonna go that aggressive versus the amount of damage that Chill Pills puts out, you better pop every defensive or just run out of there. You gotta find a way to disarm him to really deny the damage. I think you have to play defensively against this guy. It's kind of nuts. Yo, I swear to God, that belt makes him look thicker. He got like dab bod with that belt. Is it just me? Bro, Unbothered is going to be up next. Shadow Strike into a Curian setup. Going to be quick blind, but a kidney shot still makes it through. Into a status of rogue trinkets. Oh, Chip is denying this rogue burst, but still. Oh my goodness. That Curian setup. That was a lot of damn. That was an incredible amount of damn. Chupas did everything he could to deny the rogue any kind of setup. I guess all he could really do is maybe press deathback to make sure that he's stopped off, but like, how do you know that the rogue is just going to be able to do that much damn? Sensei going to be up next over on Team 1. On Team 1 in the back, we got ourselves Sean. We got Impulsion. We also got ourselves Seavark. It's going to be Sensei. Get hit with a zap as Unbothered. Actually, backing up a bit. Triumvirate chilling in the back of the Shadow Priest. We got Shatrath as well as Big Homie Kang. Unbothered landing an opener on to Sean, to Sensei. But that's going to be BDB burst into the rogue. Massive kick. And they nerf monks, boys. They nerf BDB, the nerf spinning crane kick, and monks can still do that. I guess the rogue didn't have a trinket, so I guess that's fair? Or is that fair? I don't know if it is fair. I don't know, chat. What do you think? Massive damage into Shatrath. The monk is just taking that amazing momentum into the Paladin. Good thing the man pressed Shield of Vengeance when he did. Massive hammers getting tossed out, and Sensei is getting the proc. Look at you catch up with the monk, but the monk does have a port backup. He's going to go for the boop away from Shatrath, as he's going to go for a little bit of healing. Needs to recover whatever he can, trying to generate the holy power, as Sensei is going to dip out of there completely, looking for that full reset. And I think the monk is kind of just waiting for cooldowns, going for that hit and run strat, which is what monks are really good in, especially with BDB being on a minute. Every minute you can do quite a bit of damn. Gonna be a judgment, set up and ready to go. Shatrath wants to go for a setup. Sensei just going for the roots as the Paladin. It's getting some big slammer damage into Sensei. He's actually doing quite a bit, as Sensei having to use double roll in order to get the hell out of dodge. And Shatrath with that Hand of Freedom most likely has a Hand of Freedom PvP talented this time, doesn't he? BDB burst. Shatrath might be in trouble. Big Fist of Fury and a kick. Shatrath does burn a trinket for this. It's going to try to see if he can get a slow onto the monk. The monk is going to disappear into another zip code, moving to a different state altogether. He just hopped countries. Literally, dude. If you're a European, you literally went from France to Germany in like a single leap, dude, in a single bound. He's already applied for citizenship there, dude. He's just starting to change to get the hell out of there. I'm trying to make it work with the Europeans, but it's like going to another zip code, moving to a different state in NA makes all the sense. With the EU, it's like, do you guys do that with countries? Because it's like it's countries different than a state. But Sensei getting blasted out as Seraphim does come out for Shatrath, does not get the necessary crits, and Sensei is going to be able to escape, does burn a diffuse magic just to limit the amount of pressure that's coming out, does not have that diffuse magic for the wings combo. Shatrath, if you can just maybe wait for Seraphim, get himself a good setup. Does Sensei have a human racial? That is a great question. I don't know if he does. Quick in cap onto the Paladin. Could potentially be defensive intro. Blessing of protection doesn't even play with it. Sees the win. Sees BDB. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just going to press an immunity and just not deal with the damage. Zwin is going to get in there, do a couple paws, and Sensei taking advantage of the fact that Zwin is around. Quick Warbreaker onto Sensei or Warstomp. As Shatter is actually going to DR. He stuns for a bit. Shield of Vengeance is up. Trying to keep himself alive and healthy. Karma out of Sensei really early on. Is he going to bust through the Shield of Vengeance? He's not. Actually just going to roll out of it. Just put up a Karma in case Shatrath goes for them. So Shatrath got defensives out of Sensei. He's potentially got a Trinket. Offensives. Shatrath could probably end this duel right here if you really wanted. If there's a Hodge available, that is going to be relentless to stop a lot of that burst, but he's definitely going to have to build a little bit of holy power before he goes for a setup. It might be a bit of a haymaker, and Sensei trying to make sure he positions himself in a good spot. Hammer of Justice, does he have the big burst? Does he maybe have a blind to follow into a wreck? Doesn't have the blind. Immediate Trinket as the in-cap comes out. Does he have the damage to follow? Sensei on the run, trying to get the hell out of there. And Shatrath right behind him, trying to see if he might be able to swing around left, swinging around right, but looks like he's going to have to mount up. Flashcraft is going to give Sensei a little bit of that survivability. Quick, let's sweep. BDB, Rising Sun Kick, massive burst, and Shatrath make sure to press the bubble cap, that trigger finger on the button, ready to go. He knew he was going to be big damage, massive crit. And this is a lot of that BDB burst. Oh, flow into a Whirling Dragon Punch as the bubble dissipates. Wow, that is just so much damage. Man. That is just so much output. My goodness, you guys are really, really bursty today. Really bursty. Jesus. Dude, they nerfed the BDB burst because that was a good portion of that big one-shot. You go for a 100% crit, Rising Sun Kick, all of the images, BDB on top of it, so BDB has a chance to duplicate that damage. At a reduced value, but still it's basically like a duplicate. Think of like the Shaman Mastery, how it has a chance to fire like a second lava burst or lightning bolt that's like a little weaker, but it's not that much weaker. And it's for every ability. Every one of them has a chance. The big leg sweep on the Trey Blade is going to check it out immediately. It's going to be Zwin full damage, and it's going to be Spirit Great Kick with a quick fear by Trey Blade. Going to be Sensei breaking out of the fear. Not for long though. Trey Blade is going to get him some PI. Big damage rolling with a Vampiric Embrace. Trying to do the most amount of damage. Quick stun onto Sensei. Is going to break out of it. Sensei super low health. Mighty to Karma. This is going to get a Karma as Trey Blade does not have disperse anymore. Into a trying to heal himself while the pets are attacking. Sensei silencing the monk around the corner. He still gets a heal somehow. What? How does he heal while silenced? Is monk healing even a cast anymore? This is why I feel so weird about interrupting monk when they try to heal, because like, is that even magic spell, bro? He healed, unless it was just a battle master trinket. Swear to God, he healed while silenced. I thought he was going to be done for. He had a shield for a moment. That is crazy. As Turbulent is going to have to go for a bit of a reset. He burned every single cooldown to make that kind of a play versus Sensei. Everything was used, every one of them. But at least the cooldowns are very, very short, so you may be able to wait a little bit and then go again. And go again and do the same amount of damage, if not more. Quick in cap, a Sensei trying to prevent this. Into Lexu, Tribble does not have an answer. He might be able to Greater Fate this. Fist of Fury, Rising Sun Kick, maybe Big Damn, Run Dragon Punch. Quick Fear for Tribble is going to catch up on a bit of heals. The Fear, though, ticking out. Ring of Peace immediately. As Sensei is going to turn attention onto the pet. As Tribble is going to summon the pets of his own. Mages of the Dead join the fight. Does Sensei stay on him? It looks like he's going to try to. He's going to go for the Spear Hand Strike. Sensei's shield, the Fleshcraft is broken though. Mages of the Dead is actually doing some big rampant damage. If Tribble just keeps him out in the open, letting the mages do work, is going to mind control him to not put him super far behind the pillar. Tribble is forcing Sensei to pick up the eye to take 5% more damage. Quick and cap on Tribble, but the Mages of the Dead does disappear. That Mages of the Dead could do so much damage by himself. So Tribble, I think, just needs to keep Sensei out in the open without line of sight. Maybe a little rotate a stun as he dips real low. He's going to try to see if he can get aggressive. Had that Void Eruption for a bit with the Void Form. Silence around the corner. Does Sensei still heal with a silence? I swear to God, he does. Quick stun onto Sensei as he busts out Zwin. Tribble knows there's going to be a little bit of slows required here. Karma onto Tribble. Try to see if he can walk away from Sensei. That Siphon is helping slow down Sensei for a moment. Quick Fear onto the Monk. Trying to deny the Monk as much damage as possible. It's going to hit him live play. Summons a pet. It's going to be big PI and everything available. Sensei going behind the pillar. That Mage is trying to see if he can get close and personal. Is going to get some casts off on the side. That Mage is actually doing quite a bit of damage as he just continues to cast. Sensei is going to turn attention onto the Mages. I don't think he can intro the Mages. I think you could fight it. You could beat it up. But look at the damage he just did. Look at the damage, dude. I mean, it's not like he's bursting and one-shotting Sensei, but like, it's free damage from a pet. And if you are adding other components like your damage, while the Unholy Transfusion Covenant ability for Necrolord Shadow Priest is up, the more damage you do to the target dotted, the more damage the Mages does. It's going to be Tribulate swinging next to Sensei, but he does board on top of him. Could be a leg sweep. No, leg sweep for a while, actually. A Tribulate is going to get booped back. Trying to get some dots onto Sensei. Big kicks coming out by the Monk into a stun. Does he have the human racial? It does look like he does. As a Siphon and a Shadow Fiend are going to join the fight. Full Void Eruption for Tribulate. Interfere onto Sensei. It is going to cleanse his own dots, but it's going to be more VTs back up and running. The Mages of the Dead joins the fight. I don't think he's going to be able to have the dot onto Sensei. Quick landscape on the Mages and Tribulate as he goes for a disperse. You see him Sensei out in the open. And it kind of wants to do more damage to Sensei as well. The Mages and Kevin Slime are both spinning spells at him from his side. And Sensei is going to round the bend. This way, Tribulate is going to put him back out to the other side of the pillar where the Mages is trying to do whatever damage he can. But Tribulate needs to make sure that his covenant ability does connect. Otherwise, it does reduce a lot of that potential from the Mages. Quick Fist of Fury out of Sensei, but he does get hit with a Mind Control. Tribulate so far has survived quite a bit. We are at the 10-minute mark with 34% dampening. Quite a lot of healing reduced. Quick interrupt on the Flesh Cut as the Monk is able to just roll over Tribulate. Cover all that distance. Quick heals by Triube. Does have some greater fade. I don't know if he has any CC at all. Try to get a Siphon with a stun. Sensei is going to break out of that stun though. Killing Siphon very quickly. Turn the church on Tribulate. I don't know if the Shadow Priest has much luck. Quick Fear on all the pets. Try to go mind controlling onto Sensei. Is going to slap him with a silence. And Sensei is going to be able to catch a couple of Vivifies behind the pillar. Man, every time Sensei pushes in, Tribulate knows how to turn it around. He just knows. His short cooldowns was helping him out a ton. Like, actually super helpful, super OP. And Sensei is looking to see if he can maybe re-engage. Does he have cooldowns? Boarding on top of Tribulate, hitting him with a BDB leg sweep. Going to be mini tricking for Triube. Does have greater fate very soon. It's going to go for Void Eruption. Flesh Cut is up for Sensei. He knows he can't stop it. He has to go for some damage. That's going to be an interrupt missed by Sensei. So Tribulate can actually free cast at him. Ring and Boopity Bop is going to stop him. That's going to be Siphon joining the fight, as well as a Mind Control, letting the Siphon do some free damage. Just maybe break through the Flesh Cut of Sensei. And he does break right through it. So maybe Triube could go for some big dam. Does create some distance. Sensei is going to have to close the gap. Does get himself a jab. Going to be that Mages joining the fight with the silence of the Sensei. Karma still comes out. Tribulate forced to go into Disperse just to see if he can survive this damage, as well as the pressure from the Karma. Just used to find a way to live for a moment. Quick Fear into Sensei. He does turn around with an in-cap. Tribulate does see Sensei dispel his own dots, so that's going to be horror effect for a second. Mind Control just trying to keep him at bay for as best as possible. No touch of death at all. Sensei just wanted to hold on to the touch of death until later, or maybe using our last guy. This is going to be Homie Kang up next. Sensei so far has just been able to demolish everybody. This is Monks after the so-called nervous boys. It looks like these guys are still up in here. Kick Hellstone? Oh, wait, yeah, Sensei does actually have a Warlock in his team, so most likely he does have a Hellstone, which is allowed in the 5V5 1v1 duels. Mostly because if you have like an Arms Warrior dueling a Feral Druid, Arms has no healing, Feral has all the healing in the world. If the Arms Warrior can use a Hellstone in order to survive Burst, like that's going to be a more fun duel to watch. But it does create a situation where like a class like a Monk might be able to use it as well. But we do allow certain like group buffs to be shared just because it's very difficult to control it, like saying don't use it. Like how am I gonna check his bags, bro? You know what I mean? Impulsion is gonna be fighting Homie, who had an easy time dealing with Sensei, dropping down full obelisk, and Homie seeing the cooldowns, he's just running, bailing out of there. Impulsion is gonna drop down a gateway up above if he wants to do it, making sure to set himself up so he does have mobility to get out of dodge if he needs to. Homie throwing down Fizz at the Felguard. And it's going to get himself some heals. Stun around the corner, Implosion. Try to see if he can get an angle. It's going to go for Decimate Bolt. Going to be a Karma onto the Warlock, as he knows that he can't really go for Decimated Bolts just yet. Or Doom Bolts, rather. Going to be the Mortal Coil into a Fear. This is going to be a wall available for Impulsion. Try to see if he can one-shot Homie. Does he have one more instant cast? Maybe he is going to get Demon Doggos in there. They're going to go for a bit of a bite. 54% dampening. As Homie is having a bit of a hard time recovering here. Going to be that fellow with a pet charging in. Does he interrupt the Flesh Cup? Looks like he's just going to be hacking away at it instead. And I think Impulsion has one more Decimated Bolt instant cast available that's empowered. Homie is recovering quite a bit of health. Looks like the Obelisk is going to be joining the fight. And it's going to be a quick, fresh resummon for Impulsion. Needs to get more pets onto Homie as he's looking for full recovery. And looks like Impulsion is just trying to kind of wait it out a bit. Stun into Homie King, sending more Demon Doggers. Homie looking to close the gap. Does Impulsion have anything? That's going to be a Dark Pack. That's going to be Shackles of Addiction onto the Monk. It's going to reverse the damage back towards Impulsion into Mortal Coil. Quick Fear. Does he have a setup? Shadow Fury from afar. Destiny Bolt. Does he have instant cast? If he has instant, he could end it right here. Oh! But still Impulsion. Wait, who won? Who killed who? Wait a second. Impulsion. He got a kill. What? Oh my god. Wait. Where's the monk? Okay, Big Homie King. Wait, no. Was that like a dot or something on Wait, no, Homie was the last one of the group. That's what happened. Wait, you tell me Impulsion barely survived it. He actually won that duel. It looked like he died. I swear to God, it looked like he died. Bro, that was so clutch. That was so clutch. And you guys thought this was going to be only a Monks dominating game. Nope. Nope. Apparently you got Demonology Warlocks popping out of there, dude. My goodness. Yeah, we got Temption with the donut. Okay, we got a hashtag Temption in the chat, my boy. Hashtag 707 Temption. Where you at? Or just Temption? I don't know. It's you're not popping up on the chat for some reason. Yo, hashtag Temption, boys, for that beautiful dono. Thank you so much, my guy. Saying, what's up? Well, what's up, boys? Don't forget to press the like button, boys. Like the stream if you enjoy it. Like the stream if you like. Alright, let's get another put on. You got Flexing on standby. Yo, do we get Night King and Bald? Which one of you guys do we get? I think we get maybe Night King, because I feel like Team Night King usually has like one or two guys that never get a chance to play. Bald will get you versus Nexus, which is Flexing after this. How does that sound, my guy? Let's just put your team on standby for just a second. Put you guys in there as soon as possible, alright? Alright, Flexing. Let me see what character you're on. Are you on your main? Or are you like on the one of your ults? Why are you putting my hand to my forehead like looking through? Because I have big old lights in my face. It actually helps me see. Maybe I should do the streams with like a cap now. Weird. Like, why do I do this to myself? We got Flexing in here. Yo, skills will get you up and running as soon as possible. We get Night King versus Nexus, because Night King always has somebody on the team who doesn't get a chance to play, dude. I want to give them all an opportunity. And then we'll get Bald versus Nexus afterwards. How does that sound, boys? Which are like right here-ish. Let me know if I need to re-queue. Looks like I got a re-queue. Go again. Just swap to neck right now. Let's go, skills. Yo, my guy, enjoy it, my dude, enjoy it. Yo, actually, I want to see if any of you guys switch run Covenants left and right, like every few seconds, every other duel. Hashtag Temption if you have one, boys. Thank you so much, my guy. Appreciate you, my man. Hope you're having a good one. That monk deleted the monk, yeah. So 100 can beat monks. I think so too. Quite a few classes can beat monks, not like it's easy though. Pretty sure that stealth, nerd, armor, or something in this patch feels like everyone's hitting harder. Even my blitz and stuff seems to hit harder than even in the buff. Yo, I'm pretty sure the did nerf armor will have a Rextroy video on it sometime soon. How to kill a monk, be a monk yourself. What's up, G? How you doing, my guy? Hope you have a good one. Is this EU or NA? This is NA. You can kick it now, really. Where are the pharaohs? Yo, I think it's a good thing we're not seeing no pharaohs. Am I right? I feel like we're seeing way too many. That was dude. Sad so high damn, no trinket ones anyway. Yeah, it's a little rough. It's a little rough when it gets to the high damp. Not much you can really do, right? You just gotta play as best as you can. Sometimes it's just gonna be like a bad matchup. You know, nothing you can really do about it. But Twitch, we got ourselves team one together with Chill Pills on that team. We got ourselves Seawork played Frost Impulsion as a Demonology. It looks like Sean was gonna be on first. It looks like Sean is gonna be first up, and Sensei in the back with Flexing on the opposite team, getting the dots up and running. Sean getting hit with a stun. That is gonna be a Flame Shot as Flexing just unloading all the damage. This is gonna be Sean bailing out of there as soon as he gets a chance of Flexing. Look at the Dora. Shadow is actually getting aggressive. Pushes in. Sean is playing Serenity, so he doesn't need to get himself a big setup. BDB burst most likely. Stun onto Flexing. Not going to be the longest stun ever. It's a massive spin crate kick with Serenity. Trying to go for the biggest kick ever. First right now, Flexing is going to drop down a freezing trap. Sean does not play a normal trinket. That is going to be a Relentless as well as Human Racial. So you can only break out of stuns and reduce CC by a hair. Gonna be a harpoon as he's trying to max out the damn Shaman, swinging in with the Fist of Fury, trying to blast out a Flexi. Gonna be the Turtle Shell and many advantages as the Hunter finds himself a little bit behind in the damage. But let's see if he can make something work here. Freeze the trap onto Shaman. Flexi looking for a scare, but it's just to scare Zuen out of there. That's actually a very useful ability. It's very selective what classes you can fear, what I guess what creatures you can fear. Actually classes too. But it is good when it works. Gonna be a Karma. Shaman is just pushing in, letting the Karma do damage to first Flexi, because Flexi doesn't really have a lot in terms of defense. It's gonna go for a quick feint death, steel trap onto Shaman just to keep him rooted into a harpoon, just to keep him in place for a little bit longer with a freezing trap, maybe catch himself a camo reset. It looked like Shaman was literally running while inside of a freezing trap. That is weird. Flexi trick inside of it immediately with a feint death, expecting damage out of Shaman. Looks like Shaman delayed a lot of his bursts until later. Flash after Shaman gives himself a bit of that recovery. Looking to press the pressure onto Flexi into a tar trap, but Shaman has got him some mobility as soon as he gets low. Ed is gonna go for a ring of peace as soon as he's walking out of that arena. Whoever is following him most likely gonna get booped out, and it is gonna be Wolfie hoofing it over there as an enhancement Shaman. Let's see if it works out for him. Is going to get their Earth Elemental up really early. That is going to give him that 20% damage increase or 20% health, which is quite good. And Wolf looking to get himself maybe in melee. I think Shaman is just waiting out for cooldowns at this point. He knows there could be a lot of damage out of the enhancement Shaman. Going to be the Sunder. Shaman using the diffuse magic really early to reduce the magic damage out of Wolfie. Wolfie is not playing the empowered elemental ghost, so he's playing normal wolves. He's getting some maelstrom generation. So most likely playing a normal build as an enhancement Shaman. Trinkets as he sees BDB up with Serenity. It's going to be Shaman trying to do the most amount of damage. Massive Chain Harvest with the Karma. And looks like Shaman just taps him out. Just like that, with Chet going to be up next as a Retribution Paladin. Quick in cap. I like how that's a really small paralysis on a big brain. Big brain, tiny paralysis, big brain. As Chat playing up that Necrolord, trying to get some slows on the Chat. That's going to be Necro versus Necro. As Shaman bails out behind the pillar, maybe trying to fish himself a Fleshcraft. Quick Hodge, but Chet looking to end the zone right there. Does he get to? Shaman is extremely low. No Karma, no nothing. And Chet with a quick auto attack just takes him out. Just puts him in the ground. Oh my goodness. Shaman had himself a hell of a run. Back-to-back kills. But Chet playing up that Necrolord Paladin gets on the big burst. For Shaman at that point, all you can do is just hope that you get a trigger coming back up, or hope that Chet doesn't crit. And Chet's going from one monkey to another as Sensei unleashing the last burst of his own. Chet looking to maybe get himself a defensive. That is going to be a proc for Wings. Could use that Wings defensively if he wants to. Has the images to follow up. Looking to get that aggression though instilled into Sensei. And Chet, actually, is that a second set of... Is that a real Wings? Wait, was that just a... No, that had to be a proc of Wings, right? Sensei getting blasted out. That's this big damage out of the Paladin. Sensei got himself a little bit of the recovery. And as the Paladin already expected for the Monk to disconnect and move to another zip code, he's already precasted a flash of light, knowing that the Monk is just going to bail out. Sensei joining his... spawning his win really early on. Is he... I mean, he's basically setting up for the biggest burst possible. I think he's maybe just trying to fish for a cooldown or two. And Chet does have a freebie pet to just generate holy power off of, I guess. And actually, the pet can give him procs for Wings faster. I think Sensei actually has kind of played himself with that move. He wants to make the big burst happen. Zuen is out of the picture. No more BDB burst. Chet looking for that defensive. Might be Bob. And there goes that Blessing Protection. Sensei can use some magic damage, though. Not a lot of magic damage. But I know that he could go for... What is it? Expel Harm. And that can do a bit of damage to him. Chet is going to get himself a full flash cap. But using that immunity, Blessing Protection definitely was warranted. At that point, you might have to pop a Blessing Protection trinket something. It is BDB burst after all. Hodge and the Sensei trying to get a gavel, not getting the big procs. That's going to be Wings available very soon. Able to do that much damage without the Wings though in a single stun setup. It looks like Chet maybe is looking to fish for cooldowns on a Sensei, maybe a trinket, maybe a human racial or something. And I think it's exactly what he's trying to do. It might just have to do some surprising bursts out of nowhere where Sensei can't even trinket it. Just something where he's not even expecting a stun. Because you know, like as soon as he goes for Hodge, that's where you know to trinket, pop a defensive immediately. But maybe that's exactly what Chet is trying to bait out. Full flash cut up for the both of the challenges. The Paladin trying to swing around the corner. Hodge on Sensei. Wings is up. I don't know if it's a proc of wings or whatnot. I think it's real wings. In cap by Sensei. Look at your reverse the damage back to Chet. Chet has a trigger for it. Shield of Vengeance is up. It's going to be Shield of Vengeance to blast through the Karma. The Karma is still holding on though for now. Not playing the good Karma into Diffuse Magic to follow right afterwards. Has himself a full set of images. Chet is going to catch up on healing in the back while the wings are still running. Is going to drop down the gavels, try to judge Sensei down. Is the judge, jury, and executioner slamming down the gavel, exclaiming, guilty. As Sensei just trying to avoid the law as best as possible. 6 minutes into the duel, dampening finally starting to creep up a little bit. But not enough to the point where Sensei or Chet are really going to see their healing that affected. It's only at about the 10-minute mark at 30% dampening where you're just really starting to get noticeable. Where it basically is like having a constant mortal strike on you at all times. Like a warrior is constantly on you, hitting you with a mortal strike that does no damage, but still leaves that nasty, nasty mortal wound. A nasty scar in a sense. Sensei tried to avoid Chet as best as possible. Most likely Chet is going to have himself a big proc for wings, isn't he? Like there's no way. Big BDB burst, potentially could be a bubble out of Chet, expecting massive damage. Big Fist of Fury, that's going to be a big crit with a kick, bubbles out of it. If he doesn't have the bubble, I think it was basically over. And Sensei is going to back up out of there, looking for that hit and run strat, but it's going to join back in, interrupting the flesh cap. Chet having to go for eye for an eye, try to reduce more damage he can, and maybe get some damage back towards Sensei. Is going to get a wings proc, try to see if he can end the duel with the wings proc. Might just be able to. Sensei chooses to trick, and I see himself dropping low. Chet Morton, not a lot of health available, trying to Warder glory himself out of there. Another wings proc, or maybe real wings available. Flesh cut out for Sensei. I think Chet might have gotten 2 wings proc back to back, might be able to heal through it. That was a wings proc. Does he get another one? That is just a lot of damage, and Sensei does commit a touch of death. Hoping to take the Paladin out of the picture as soon as he gets a moment. That's going to be immediate stream up next. Another Shadow Priest, another Goblin Shadow Priest, dropping down the full burst versus Sensei. And that's going to be all the images. Karma on Mini. Actually, Karma on Mages of the Dead. As Sensei's trying to avoid any kind of damage, Mini blasted him out. Sensei reversing those dots and is going to get himself horrified for a moment. As Mini tried to see if he could swing around the corner. Looks like Sensei is just going to be able to avoid him as best as possible. Mini, I think, has a chance. As a Shadow Priest against the Monk, I think you legit have a chance. As long as you have cooldowns to deal with the burst. That's going to be Trinket Immediate Fear. No Trinket for Sensei. Doesn't have one for a while. Only maybe has a human racial at some point. It's going to get a slow into Sensei for a second, but Sensei catching up to Mini as soon as possible. Does he have a Spirit Hand Strike? He does have a kick. Quick stun onto Sensei. Void Eruptions. Does Sensei get hit by any of the Void Balls? Looks like maybe one is chasing after him. Doesn't quite get hit, as it was a Siphi to slow him down, but Sensei avoids the whole barrage. And Mini did commit a full Void Eruption with the PI. He is holding on to defenses for now, though. Not Diffuse Magic, but Vampiric Embrace, as well as the Spurs still on standby with a Greater Fade. And Sensei just trying to avoid Mini as best as possible, is able to dispel Devouring Plagues. So that does give Sensei quite an advantage versus Mini. A good portion of Mini's damage is just removed with a Dispel, which is kind of rough when you think about it. That's actually kind of tough. Sensei committing damage. Quick interrupt onto Mini. No disperse for a little bit. Does Mini have anything to survive? He is going to have Vampiric Embrace rolling before that, and that was providing just enough healing in order to escape death. But after disperse, he isn't looking super healthy. Trinket available for Sensei. Does he have another interrupt? He does have another one right now. Mini is actually in a terrible spot. He's going to go for the Goblin Rage to get himself some distance. Into the stun. Sensei is going to need to get himself some healing. Going aggressive as best as he can. Sounds like Sensei has a Karma if he needs to. As Mini trying to get himself as much healing as possible. Void or Torrent. And Sensei looking to end the zone right now, just overpowering him with damage. And Chulopa gonna be up next. A Fire Mage is going for that invis to get himself an opener versus Sensei. So far the Monk used a lot of actually select a few defensives and offensives versus the Monk, but versus the Priest, and ended up with just about everything. That's gonna be a full cure reverse on Chalupa. Looking to end the Zil right here. Does he get the big blaster damage? That is going to be Diffuse Magic for Sensei. Canceling out a lot of this damage. With the BDB, Lexium Chalupa goes for immediate Ice Block. Doesn't even want to mess with it. Immediately blocks that damage. Doesn't want to give up a Trinket, but it looks so. I wonder if that's if that was the play. Is going to try to see if he can freeze the images, but that Ring of Peace is going to boop him out of there. As Sensei rolls out, eating a couple Pyrobusts back to back with a Fireball, maybe taking a bit too much damage out in the open. As Chalupa tried to get some damage back to back. Ring of Frost around the corner. Sensei trying to avoid it. It's going to reposition behind the other side of the pillar as Phoenix Flames are flying. Not doing the most damage, but hopefully giving Chalupa some procs for some big pyros. Quick game cap onto the Mage. It looks like Sensei is going to back up out of there completely. Just in a full-blown retreat, waiting for cooldowns. 30 seconds on a Trinket. Karma backup unavailable. About 30 seconds or so on a Diffuse Magic. And has some cooldowns coming up very soon. If anything, maybe you can go for a big leg sweep. Chalupa still holding on to a Trinket, so most likely going to commit that forwards the leg sweep. Or the next sweep that's available. As Sensei rolling in. With a quick breath on Chalupa, getting a couple of those fire blasts, doing some damage to Sensei with a quick incap, going to be Trinket really early. Chalupa does get himself ult time, so Sensei is actually going to cancel the plan for a moment to try to back up out of there. Going to be the ult time, be the way of Chalupa, and most likely, yep, they're going to let it tick out, let it happen. As Sensei, he got a trick out of Chalupa without burning a leg sweep. You burned one set of Monks images, and I think BDB is going to get a Zuen, try to get aggressive. Going to be a quick breath, but Chalupa has combustion back up. Sensei has every single defensive. No more Icebox for Chalupa. Does still hold on to a Cauterize. Could potentially be Cauterize right here. Is it a bad spot? Critical condition. Flash cut is up for Sensei. Chalupa could interrupt 3 for 1 star, but he's just getting attacked by Zuen, and the cat ravaged him down. Not much you can really do, dude. Monk gameplay was all we're getting today, at least in that arena. Let's get another up and running, boys. Yeah, Monks are so broken. Yeah, dude, Monks are pretty nuts. The mobility, the survivability, the CC, the defenses, offensives, all of it is a fairly short CD. It's kind of nuts. It's actually nuts. Alrighty, skills. Are you around, my guy? Chicago, do we got a group? Yo, Chicago. Yo, let's go with Chicago and Bald. Let's do Chicago and Bald. Chicago got a fresh team. Get Chicago in here. Chicago and Bold. Love Necro right now, by the way. Yo, I'm hoping you enjoy it with duels. It should be pretty nuts. Want to get tanking and unplus down. What's an easy tank to start tanking? Bear Druid. Bear Druids are really good. I think you'll like a Bear Druid. Really easy. Go Incarnation and start thrashing. Get that Ursox Fury or Ursox Remembrance. The one that's the one legendary that where you thrash, you get a shield for the amount of damage that it does. And it gives a chance to have Thrash reset cooldown. That one is incredibly strong together with Incarnation. You just do a big pull, Incarn, and you're literally unkillable. Like your healer doesn't need to heal you. They just tell you to do damage while you're Incarn. You're actually the strongest tank in the game. It's not maybe the biggest dam. It's actually quite a bit of dam if you play it properly. Like if you go with a big pull, big thrash, it's uncapped AoE. So you could do big damage in big pulls. But while you're not like the biggest single target damage tank, you're probably the tankiest of them all. Literally a sponge, just absorbing all that damage into that thick bear hide. Didn't get extra 20% health. The monks, I think they're like a 10% dump. I could be wrong, but I think they're pretty low. This challenge in Demon Hunter stream. Hey Dalaran, I have a question. How do you counter 30k execute? A warrior was playing Blur, was used or didn't know you could do better. Sound CC run. That's all you could really do. Demon Hunter's got mobility. I guess you would just run away from the burst. It can't catch you if you're faster than it, you know what I mean? I guess literally outrun it. Switch. We got ourselves team 1 together with Chicago and Triublade. This is going to be all versus Chicago. Charging in as an enhancement Shaman. We're seeing Ghost Souls, Ascendants. We're seeing a Bloodlust as well. So Chicago dropping down Gratitude really early. Triublade going to get some pets up and running. Chicago might be thinking about getting pets of their own. Ghost Souls do join the fight. And it's going to be silence on the Chicago as they're dotted up. The Shadow Feed, and that's going to be all the pets. Flash Cup for Chicago as they do go back to Necrolord, even Enhancement Shaman. Actually, has had a lot of success in the duels as an Enhancement, as a Necro. Is going to go for big blast and damage on Triublade. Popping off a defensive is going to get a Siphon up in there. As it's going to be full Void Eruption, just trying to do damage around the corner. Chicago tried to stay in Ghost to heal himself as much as they can whenever they can get next to Triublade. The Earth Elemental joins the fight and is going to provide Chicago with a little bit extra of that wall health increase. Like a mini rallying cry, and it's actually a rallying cry, basically. Constant. Triublade with a flash cup. No more interrupt by Chicago, so he's going to get himself a quick defensive as soon as possible. Chicago tried to see if he can hit him with a Sunder, but I believe the flash cup might have immune that Sunder. Quick stun by Triublade, get as much damage as he can from afar, and Chicago get the void bolts from time to time. Trying not to get interrupted. Quick fear onto the Shaman. As Triublade gets some more pets. Quick silence. That's going to be all the pets in the world. Chicago blowing a trinket. It's going to go for the Bloodlust just to, I guess, to give him more haste, maybe behind the pillar. Blue Bloodlust, but I don't think they're meant to. Maybe they were trying to combine together with another ability. Chicago's at least gonna have a little bit of the haste. Might as well send it into the pet, get himself some maelstrom. That Mages of the Dead is actually just blasted it. That guy's just rapid fire, just machine gun burst. But Chicago at least is able to stabilize a little bit. Is gonna have to wait for some CDs. Ghostos in about 25 seconds. Leaping on Tribulate. Now gonna have Lust for a bit, or Heroism rather, or Ascendance for a while. So hopefully they can recover. As it's gonna be constant pressure, constant damage from Tribulate, especially whenever he got some pets to join the fight. Sounds around Chicago get caught on the smallest pixel of the pillar with a Sci-Fi join the fight as DPs are racking up trying to get some Mind Blast in while in full void form. Got the most amount of damage towards Chicago. Fully enhanced with all the damage he can do to whoever he hits. Gonna be full dots with the Mages of the Dead. Gonna be Chicago. This is gonna be a AoE fear onto Trayub as well as the pet. It's gonna give him some flash cut while moving. Ghostos join the fight, but Ghostos starting attacking. Oh, there they go. At least they're attacking someone. Is going to give some mails towards Chicago. Leaping in a Tribulate, trying to max out some damn, but looks like it's going to be a trinket off of that stun. Tribulate trying to go for a potentially mind control. Chicago is going to bail out of there, send a couple lightning bolts. And is going to backpedal behind the pillar. Does not want to be out in the open with Tribulate. What's it going to lure him next to a pillar? Then Chicago can always go behind the pillar and dodge a couple of casts. Tribulate wants to get Chicago way out in the open. A fresh flashcraft out for the priest. This is again trying to lure Chicago out in the open, leaping in with a Sunder, no stun totem to combo. Chicago getting hit with a silence is going to be unable to use certain abilities while silenced. Mind control, do they have? Ooh, stun totem on both of them. Oh my god, no! I didn't realize it would do that. He stunned himself. Oh no, with the stun, pets are available. Sci-Fi tried to pop a slow. Chicago is going to go for a Bloodlust. I don't really know what a Bloodlust does. I don't think it actually gives you movement speed. Does it? Oh, does it? Maybe that's a little bit what they're using for. Chicago fully dotted up with DPs as all the pets are trying to attack him, trying to avoid the pets if possible. Line of sight is not going to be enough, and Chicago does melt over time. Oh my goodness, the Shadow Priest whittles you away, whether with dots of their own, Void Bolts, Mind Blast, DPs, or just with pets. And that was just all the pets in Chicago all at once. Grim Warden is up next. It's going to be a Retribution Paladin, quick mind control by Tribulate just to put him at bay. As it's going to be that Hand of Freedom. I wonder if the Hand of Freedom is dispellable, or maybe he got the PvP talent for it. I believe he does. Going to be full burst. Grim not in a good spot. Mine in the bubbles actually in such a bad position. Does not get a lot of healing. Battle Master stricken with a Shield of Vengeance as it's going to be mind control by Triube. Putting Grim Warden as far as he can. Trying to max range with that mind control into another mind control as he's phoning out, not letting him play the game at all. Wait now for that Shield of Vengeance altogether, full dots. That is going to be more damage. Grim Warden can dispel himself off of any devouring plagues, so at least there is one advantage. But Tribulate is going to mount up. Grim Warden had himself quite a bit of dam, at least setting up for dam. At least didn't pop wings or nothing, so he's able to maybe chill behind the pillar, get some mana, and maybe get a better recovery. We'll see how well it works out for him as Tribulate is getting himself full flash got back up and running. This Palace trolling? Oh, come on, dude. He's had a bit of a rough start against Triube. And Triube putting the Grim Warden out in the open. Going to be full pets. Grim Warden might be in a bad spot. Stun. Might need to think about using a defensive. Potentially could be a bubble situation here. Silence cannot really get a heal. Does get himself a sipping cup. Going to be DPs. And that's going to be bubble. Tribulate could remove Massive Spell. It's still got all these pets barraging. Going to get interrupted on Massive Spell. The pets still continue to damage blind onto Triube. Grim Warden will not hold on to the bubble long. The Mages continue to cast. Does the Mages get the kill? Shadowlord Death is all he needs to use. And that's going to be Triube actually popping a Disperse. Trying to play it super safe as Grim Warden was super low. Did not trust his own Shadowlord Death in order to snipe out and execute the Paladin. As Paladin got wings, is able to recover completely. Triube going for the big PI as well as a Vampiric Embrace, trying to see if he can disengage from the Shield of Vengeance for a second. Mind control as Grim Warden has Hand of Freedom to help Triube put him as far as possible. Mind Blasted, trying to see if he can break through the shield. Grim Warden again can dispel DPs if he needs to. As Triube is just trying to lock him down. Blessing of Protection, what is that gonna do? Unfortunate. Just trying to throw on whatever cooldowns he can, whatever abilities. Actually, wait, maybe Blessing of Protection is a troll play because once it fades, if you have the right conduit, it gives you damage reduction. Unless it's all physical damage reduction, but I'm pretty sure it gives you damage reduction. Because if he does, it's actually not trolling it then. Blessing of Protection against a priest, it seems like a weird move, but it actually isn't. But also it can be less weird if they throw down a Shadow Fiend or something. Mages of the Dead just barraging Grim Warden, try to create some line of sight whenever he can. Shatter crashes meeting him around the corner. The Mages is persistent, and so is Triube. Dropping down big DPs. Grim can dispel him, and probably should be considering dispelling him. Landing a quick interrupt onto the Shadow with stun. Does Grim have enough damage? Oh, drinking for Triube. Landing that Shadow Word. Death. As Holy Hands is going to be up next. Oh, I like that Mog, dude. With the transmog and the sword. It looked like a Paladin. Almost like a Paladin that's like was hiding. Trying to pretend like the normal citizen. And then just the Holies unleashed. Or maybe like a cultic Paladin. If only his wings were purple, dude, then you could look like a cultist paladin. No more interrupts. It's going to be a flesh cut with a mind control onto Holy Hands. It looks like they are going to be kept low on health while wings are up. He really needs to be looking at their own health and self-preservation and self-survivability here. Quick Fear by Triube as he's trying to catch up a little bit of healing is going to be dropping down a full set of dots, full set of pets, and Holy Hands looking to stop it. Into a stun onto Triubulate. And Holy Hands just trying to keep himself afloat. The Mages of the Dead continue to barrage him. Siphon joins the fight to reduce the healing. Holy Hands focusing on Siphon to make sure to smite it out of the way as soon as possible. DP's rolling up. Stun into Holy Hands. Is going to get himself a shield of vengeance. It's going to hold on strong for a little bit. Quick interrupt into Triubulate as it tried to cast a shadow spell. And Triube is going to get himself some healing. No way for Holy Hands to interrupt it. And it's going to get mind controlled out of there. Already got some scenario here. Look. Triubulate is looking like a cultist. Look, Shadow Priest with a hat and everything. Holy Hands, imagine like Streets of Borealis. Triubulate harassing the populace with cultist sacrifices or whatever. Holy Hands sneaks into the I don't know, like a abandoned home where cultists meet, and he has to stop Triubulate before he corrupts the rest of Borealis. And it's up to Holy Hands, sneaked in, looking like a cultist themselves, wings popping out. He gotta save Borealis. Literally made a scenario here. With a bubble right now, does Triubulate go for a massive spell? Holy Hands got him so big defensive. I don't know if Triubulate has the mana to do this. He might actually not have the mana. He's gonna wait out to land a quick fear onto Holy Hands with full dots and ready to go. Mages of the Dead, everything joins the fight. Holy Hands, do you have any defenses whatsoever? Hammer just on Triubulate, looking to get himself a whole reset. Actually going for a full reset. Oh, I kind of like that animation. That's the is that the green sparkle? That's from Fusion, right? I barely get to see the ability that up close. You know what I mean? Shield of Fleshcraft for Triube, stun onto Holy Hands, and Triube is gonna have to whittle him out. The pets have been pretty helpful. Holy Hands, that was a good Hammer of Justice to play defensively. That Siphon is just getting some freebie damage while mind control is up. There's only so much you can do. Shield of Vengeance as a last bastion of defense for Holy Hands, focusing down on Siphon. It is going to be Triubulate putting a mind control onto Holy Hands. Try to keep him away from any of the pillars as best as they can. Try to see if you can blast the Shield of Vengeance. And it's only I think about our time, unless Holy Hands goes for like the biggest wombo combo, biggest burst. Granite Fade being used really early, does have a disperse if he needs to. Stun on Triubulate is going to trick it out of it. Holy Hands with wings should be able to keep himself afloat. Try to stay aggressive here. This is perfect opportunity for Triubulate to maybe get him out in the open as the Mages of the Dead continue to cast. Holy Hands just taking freebie damage. Do they realize it? Does realize the last second is going to have to start healing themselves. Quick Fear by Triubulate. Holy Hands super low. Stun right after. Has a way to break out of that stun for a quick second. It's going to be a silence. No way to heal for a moment. Does Triubulate have enough damage? Holy Hands continue to heal himself with Word Glow as much as possible. Hammer of Justice. Triubulate no longer with any defense except for a disperse. Does get himself a little bit of healing. Together with a Vampiric Embrace. And so far, Holy Hands have been surviving. We are hitting that 10-minute mark. Both of these are going to have a harder time healing one another. Or healing themselves. As Holy Hands has a Shadow Fiend nipping at his toes. Triubulate swings around the corner, more DPs, more dots, but Holy Hands continue to the lighted side. But that's going to be a Siphon on one side, Triubulate on the other, and a Shadow Fiend chasing after you, nibbling on your toes. Like, it's just not the best situation. Gonna be a disperse for Triubulate. Decide, you know what, I'm just gonna press it, put it on cooldown, get myself some healing, keep myself alive. And Holy Hands is about 2 minutes on the bubble as Holy Hands actually runs out of mana, trying to keep himself alive with flashing heals behind the pillar. Triube got himself a fear but can't really get a good line of sight. Is going to send the Mages of the Dead as Holy Hands looking for that line of sight completely. Stun onto Holy Hands. The Mage is not really attacking. I think that thing is just kind of... Oh my god, now the Mage is doing something. Flash cut up for Triube. It looks like Holy Hands might just play this very defensively, really hugging the pillar, really trying to play this as best as they can. For Trayub, it would definitely benefit to get this Paladin maybe out in the open. It is going to focus down the Scythian as it joins the fight. And Holy Hands trying to do whatever he can with the last bits of damage into quick interrupt onto the Shadow for Trayub, but Holy Hands going behind the pillar as soon as he can. I literally just don't want to touch him. Literally just don't want to do nothing. And it looks like he's just going to wait until bubble is available. Wings are back up. He actually has everything available with only 40 seconds on his Shield of Vengeance. He waited this long. He maybe could wait a little bit longer. Trayub is going to put him out in the open, putting all the damage out. Holy Hands does have faith. He has bubble in case things really go bad. Hammer just on Trayub into a trinket. Gonna be the bubble. Does Trayub get himself a disperse really quickly? Massive spell. No, actually gets interrupted. Shadowlands is the only thing that keeps him alive. Barely is alive right now. Oh my god. Holy Hands actually did just leverage the bubble. And Trayub did not have disperse. Did not have anything at the end. And Holy Hands does get taken down by a big homie Kang with skills. Actually, looks like it's not going to be skills. It's going to be Best Buy up next. Best Buy trying to see if he might be able to make something happen. Getting blasted with big damage in the open. They're going to be some wins. Quick cycle it on to big homie. As Best Buy looking for the recovery, but at 13 minutes into the duel, she can only do so much. Like, literally can only do so much. Homie, continues just to do the damage. There's going to be Zuen in there. It's going to get a boopity bop. Best Buy got himself full code that's available. Do they have enough damage here to make something happen? Big karma right now, homie. He's just going to leverage that karma to deny burst out of Best Buy. Quick touch of death. Swinging by him, slapping a touch of death across the faces. Pepsi joins in. And also a Kyrian Druid. I'm actually really interested to see how that's going to look like. Massive damage over time. What is this dot? Is that the Kyrian with the Feral Frenzy? That was a hard hitter. Pepsi literally came in, full Kyrian, Feral Frenzy, and just watched homie rotting down. We normally see that kind of big damage as a Necrolord Feral. But Kyrian Feral might be even deadlier. Quick leg sweep. But Pepsi might have the trinket. Does burn the trinket. Seeing homie popping off here with more cooldowns. As Pepsi, even through Barkson, is getting extremely low. Is going to land and Earth Cells onto homie. Try to get himself whatever healing he can into a Swiftman. Back into Barrow from Miner to pop a wall here just to survive it. Back into Catform for a second. Miner to wall is here. Maim onto homie with the wall right now. Miner to go back into Barrow from no healing. It looks like homie is going to end up taking him out. Man, that could have been a lot of damn. Homie landing 3 kills in the end. Trayub lived as long as he could. The Paladins tried to see if they could fight the priest, but looks like only one was able to take him out in the end. Let's get another dope run, boys. Bald and Chicago just played Night King and Flexing. We got to separate you two. Let's try to go for... I was using Lust as a freedom, by the way. Really? Does it actually give you freedom? Wait a second. Spiritual Residence. Bloodlust or any similar effects grant you spirit. Oh, interest. I didn't realize that. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize that would be such a good combo in PvP like that. Or at least like a viable combo in PvP. That's kind of neat. I didn't know that was a thing. So Flexing got 5 to go. Night King got 5. I kind of want to get Bald and next Flexing against one another. But also I gotta get Chicago in one of these duels. Yo! The beast has been slain by a monkey. What's up, Tension? Yo, can we get a hashtag Temption in chat? 707, my man, Temption. With a 5 bone donut, my man. Thank you so much, my guy. Appreciate you, my dude. We don't play Chicago yet, Chill's team. Yeah, I guess we could do a Night King versus Chicago, and Bald and Flexing gotta play each other too, right? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it like that. Night King and Chicago. Give Chicago another chance, dude. Those Druids, those Paladins, I feel like we just had such extra long games. I feel like Chicago and Team Nike will be able to shorten those games. And then Bald and Flexing on standby right after, boys. Another Flexing, you're waiting for a bit. But I do want to separate you guys. I do want to get some variety in here. Flexing against us will be awesome. Yeah, that definitely is going to be up next. Flexing and Bald against you guys. This should be a little bit quick too. We had a lot of kiting back and forth, but this arena is perfect. How are you going to kite as a Paladin here? Right? It was a bit of a long game last one, but how are you going to kite in this arena as a Paladin? It's just not going to happen. I think this is going to be a quick one. Depending on who we send with Team 1 as well, that could be even quicker than we expect. This is just no line of sight. You ain't going nowhere, boy. You know what I mean? Like, you're just out in the open. You have to tussle, muscle up, Get your best gloves, best looking shirt ready to go, dude, because you're just either walking away out of here, hero, or just gonna become part of the scenery. Look at all this graveyard, dude. Look at all these graves. Let's play in the spots. Let's see, little Druid, Monk, Pogger, yo. Now check Discord for Gold Fury Orbital Transmog. I will after this one, too, Assas. How does that sound, my guy? I will after this one. Twitch. Got ourselves Team 1 together with. We got ourselves Elijah in the back, Seawork, Impulsion, and Sensei. Looks at Chill Pills. He's just charging him versus Best by landing a Cyclone as the grippy hand comes out for the DK. Not playing the normal trinket, playing Relentless. Is going to send the big dragon. Versus Best Buy is getting up and running into a Root as the Druid is denying all damage out of Chill Pills. Pillar of Frost, Hunger Rule Weapon, Abomination Limb. All those things are being denied in big raw power. Best Buy getting hit with a silence. Quick blind by Chill Pills is going to get a Root onto Best Buy. Is going to sacrifice a pet real quickly. Summon them. Actually, don't sacrifice. Just summon them. Just summoned him up with a Death and Decay too. Maybe he's waiting for some cooldowns, some buffs. Best Buy is going to pop a Bark Skin. That's going to be Anti-Magic Zone into a quick silence. Oh, quick interrupt on the Chill. Cyclone on Chill Pills, but does land a Brain Freeze. As Best Buy is going to activate Fury of Illusion, trying to make the most damage happen here into Star Surges versus Chill Pills, but does have himself AMS, not just Spell Warning, which most likely Spell Warning is proccing, but AMS is also helping out as well. Best Buy in full incarnation is that the Kyrian Burst on top of it, trying to blast out the Chill Pills best they can. Chill Pills trying to play defensively here, going for those Death Strikes, trying to empirically heal himself off of Best Buy. Anti-Magic Shell not available, but the Spell Warden helping out. Shackles him with Addiction on Chill Pills is going to deny him any kind of healing. Actually, not looking super good. The dots are not helping either. Does him so a massive Spell Warden proccing them is going to have to wait out until the necrotics are done. Into quick root by Best Buy. Chill Pills gripping him in is going to go with Chain of Ice, but Best Buy can just completely remove Chain of Ice with Power Shift him. Chill Pills got himself big Pillar of Frost into a massive obliterates into silences. Best Buy trying to get himself a bit of a recovery is going to be able to catch himself a frenzied regen while in barrel form. No need to cast a spell. Quick interrupt, miss, but Chill Pills. Best Buy had a fast cast Cyclone, stopped it for a second, let the Brain Freeze happen into another Cyclone just to get himself a bit of recovery. Chill Pills will Spell Warden back to back is in a good spot. Blind into Best Buy, got himself Flesh Scout. Should be able to survive this for quite a bit, especially if he gets himself a Remorseless Winter. Quick roar onto Chill Pills. Best Buy does get himself yet another Frenzy Reach. Will not have a heal for a while. Going to up, Chill Pills could just pop AMS for this one if he wanted to. I don't know if he's going to go for it. Maybe he's going to delay it until some cooldowns out of Best Buy. I think he is playing that Kyrian Burst. This is going to be some Star Surges. Not seeing Burst out of Best Buy just yet. Try to go for a Cyclone. Chill Pills does not get interrupted by it just yet. It's going to be that Cyclone letting it happen as Best Buy finds himself kind of low. He's going to need to get himself some regrowths and get himself recovery. Chill Pills with a Chain of Ice. And got to be Grippy Hand as well. Barkskin is up as Best Buy trying to get out of there. Into the Trinket, into a Silence Run after Best Buy got himself one Frenzy Region, maybe an emergency heal. And it's going to be a second stun run after double stun with Remorseless Winter. Quick root on Chill Pills, having grips back to back to keep Best Buy nearby. And Chill Pills, that was a lot of his cooldowns. Best Buy survived it, so they got to give him credit. 30 seconds on that incarnation. Maybe Best Buy can make some blast or damage happen here. AMS was used by Chill Pills. Could go for IBF. Anti-Magic Zone. That's going to be Best Buy with that Kyrian Burst. Trying to make something happen. Blind, but Chill Pills. And it's going to be Burst denied as the Kyrian buff only lasts, I think, 10 seconds. It is a pretty short buff. I want to try that with my Druid. I think Kyrian could be really good. Lichborn out for Chill Pills just to get himself some death codes, keeping himself afloat. Best Buy got himself Frenzy Regen. The more Frenzy Regen he can get, the better. Until the emergency Frenzy Regen. But he's basically using it as his primary way to heal. Pop into the barrel for him, give himself a big heal. Quick grip by Chill Pills. That's going to be Best Buy knocking him back. It's going to get a root on him as well. That root actually is so helpful. Roots usually don't really feel all that impactful, especially within PvP. But with a precise root, as long as you have 200 many damage over time abilities rolling on a target, you could just disconnect completely. Best Buy actually diving into a Shadow Mill for a second. I don't really know if he needed to dive himself into a stealth like that. Chill Pills try to see if he could grip the Druid into a Silence Barrel form. Does get himself a Frenzy Regen. and it's going to be able to keep himself afloat for a moment. Going to be a full burst out of Best Buy. The Kieran burst, everything blind on a chill buzz. Does he have defenses? He doesn't really. Into a flash cut. Best Buy could maybe instruct it. Does get a silence. Full Kieran burst as well as card is available. Star Chargers is just cracking through chill buzz. It's going to go for big death strikes, taking big damage, but that means death strikes can heal him a lot harder. It's going to be Shackles on Malediction. Chill buzz just is going to have to wait him out. He can't really go super far. What's your say behind line of sight? Chain of Ice out of Best Buy. Chill buzz is necrotic down for a second. Is going to wait it out for a moment. Sacrificing the goal. Could go for a death back if needed. And Best Buy with Thorns about to fade. Try to go for a knockback on Chill Pills. Might have been a death advance there to prevent any of it. Continue to drop down Chain of Ice onto Best Buy as often as possible. Just try to keep him slowed as best as he can. Regrows a row for Best Buy, keeping himself alive. 5 minutes into his duel, as Shilpa's got himself A-bomb limb, big burst available. It's going to be a stun. Best Buy trinkets out of it. It's going to be a silence to follow. Do they have friends in region? As a Billards are coming out, I think it might be over. Best Buy has such a hell of a game versus Shilpa's. It honestly could have been any one of them that would have been the victor here. Quick blind onto Chicago as they get Ghosts up and running. Going with the Ellie Ghost Wolves and a Flash Cup where they can move, so they are playing a many Soulbind. But they actually get quite a bit of a primary stat every time they drop down Primordial Bolt. And that's going to be also quite a bit of zaps. Also, Flame Shock constantly ticking onto Chill Pills. Especially if they're playing the Flame Shock build. That could do quite a lot of just constant damage. It's actually quite deadly. Like, it's just so much over time, over a whole game. It's going to be Chill Pills trying to get some damage, but mostly trying to CC Chicago with the Chain of Ice. Chicago is just going to go so immune Chain of Ice for the time being, but I don't think that's why he's skipping Chain of Ice. I think he's doing it for the debuffs. Or maybe it's not Chain of Ice that applies it, maybe it's Frost Strike that applies it, but I'm pretty sure there's like a haste debuff that you apply with Frost Strikes or Chain of Ice. But it's going to be Chicago with a wall, get ahead with a stun. Shilpa's just really playing defensive, walking away, waddling out of there. Chicago leaping in with a massive thunder, doing quite a bit of damage. Shilpa's is going to get interrupted with a Flesh Cup. Action just cancels his own Flesh Cup. No one Chicago trinket for it, looking to land that trip. So he's getting denied any kind of healing. Has Death Pact available, IBF, Anti-Magic Shell, as well as Anti-Magic Zone. So you might be able to leverage those. Those have stored up a lot of runic power, and that's going to be Lichborn to give him a little bit of healing, 10% dampener. But I think it still might be okay. Going to be grounding totem for a second. Was that the ground totem? I guess it was a ground totem for Chicago. Triples did focus down the totem by the looks of it. I thought it was the grounded totem for a moment. Triples dropping down Anti-Magic Zone, trying to deal with the ghosts as they are elemental. That's going to be Chain of Ice onto Chicago. Try to keep him at bay as best as possible. ALD blast from afar. As Chicago leaping in with a Sunder. Chilpas with an IBF. Might not go for a death pack. Does go for a death pack. Continue to heal as much as possible. Looking to turn attention into aggression. And that's going to be a grippy head. Chicago's definitely going to get hit with a stun. It's going to bust out an Earth Elemental. Massive obliterate damage. Chicago with a silence cannot heal. Quick Fear onto Chilpas to get low. Chicago might be in trouble. Quick blind and Chilpas does end up taking him out. That was just so much raw damage altogether. All at once. That was a hard one. Chill Pills is gonna see Pepsi popping off big Kyrian burst out of the Feral Druid. Big bites back to back, try to see if he can survive it, but the bites, the jaws of death, literally lock around his neck and just, it's the real death, the true death comes for the DK. Pepsi getting hit with a stun as the full setup Pepsi just barraging him. Even the Fell Lord joins the fight with a big old sweep. Gonna be a full setup as a reset for Pepsi as Implosion. Wait, what's the name? Impulsion. I'm probably gonna end up calling it by accident Implosion, but it is Impulsion, like impulse. Stun onto Pepsi as they try to make some damage happen. No more Curing Burst for a bit. Does have survivability either way. Is gonna play Rest Affinity. And Regrows are going to be keeping him alive, but we are at 20% dampener. Looking like those Fel Guards are still doing quite a bit of work. Is going to try to see if he can maybe get himself a bit of a reset. Maim onto Impulsion. Perfect opportunity to get some dots up and running. And Pepsi going to hit with a Mortal Coil. Quick Fear into Decimating Bolt. Those Demon Bolts are probably going to do quite a bit of damage. Unless Pepsi got himself some healing, and he does have some heals. Is that something Kyrian just now? That was definitely something Kyrian happened to him. Is he playing Pelagos? Actually, would he be playing Pelagos, or would you play like Actually, what Soulbind is he? Actually, are you Clea? I don't even know. I wonder what Soulbind you would play as a Kyrian Feral Druid in PvP. I wonder which one is the best. I would imagine Clea maybe for just like healing in a duel, but also maybe the DR whenever you pick up. Gonna be Pepsi, gonna with a shackle, but this kitty doesn't want no leash. It's gonna bust out of there. It is gonna get stunned up as well as interrupted Pepsi. Trinketing just to see if he can interrupt. Flushcraft does get interrupted at the very last second, but a good portion of Flushcraft still made it through. Pepsi with full curing burst, massive damage, massive bleeds as a wall is up for impulsion. It's taking actually quite a bit of damage. Decimated bolt while wall is up. Trying to go for Demon Bolts. Does he have enough? I think the dots might have him. Intro Mortar Coil onto Pepsi. Does get himself a little bit healing. Demon Bolts doing quite a lot of damage. Pepsi just needs a few more globals. Doesn't finish impulsion. He does get this globals. My goodness. Jesus Christy. Elijah is going to be up next. Another Night Elf. Wait, what kind of tabard is that? Is that the Arcane? Ooh, tabard of the Arcane. Blasted out some Pyroblast into Pepsi. And Pepsi looks like they're lagging really badly. Oh my goodness, hopefully they're alright. Hopefully they're okay. And Pepsi's trying to see if he can avoid Elijah as best as possible. Is it me that's lagging actually? I'm having to check my OBS. I don't think it's me, but maybe. Maybe. Wait, Cairn? Tyke? I don't think this one should be lagging at all. Elijah does get a freeze onto Pepsi. Look how he's shuffling there, dude. Meteor coming down, unable to move. I actually think he did try to move, but I think he got hit with a bad lag spike. That's super unfortunate. A Grim Warden is up next. Getting absolutely blasted. Shield of Vengeance is up. Elijah's had the most damage available. Is going to get the images up and running. Hand of Freedom as a Hodge comes out. Is going to go for a normal blink out of it. Elijah not playing a trinket. So I think he's playing double DPS trinkets. Grim Warden with a blind. But looks like they're using that blind defensively. Just trying to catch up on a bit of healing. Trying not to get interrupted by Elijah. I think was able to juke it. Quick alter time by Elijah. Sending out Phoenixes and Pyroblast at Grim. And it looks like Grim is going to just have to find a way to recover. Also not playing any kind of trinket or anything. So it must be double DPS. Or maybe like a defensive or something. Potentially. Quick breath onto Grim. With a poly as Elijah. Trying to see if he might be able to get himself a good setup. Into a Meteor coming down onto Grim Warden with a Fire Blast. Pyroblast to follow. Grim is under a bit of pressure, as is going to be Elijah committing mobility. I love that soul shape form. Also, I love how there's the water backpack is literally on the tail, on the back end of that beast, of that massive, beautiful, just strongest wildebeest I've ever seen. And Elijah with that shifting power, going to be a hammer adjusted by Grim, trying to deny any kind of cooldown reduction. Going to be a quick breath, and a bubble comes out. Elijah got himself all the time, so he should be okay as long as there's no CC. He's going to be able to all the time as he's getting blasted. Grim Warden definitely got some damage. He got himself a bit of a bite once wings are up, but the problem is, he's probably just going to get blasted. As the Paladins sometimes just get blasted by mages. Without a bubble, now it's going to be Meteor coming down. Pyroblast follow his combustion gets activated. And Elijah was playing with the Rune of Power on top of it as well. Just trying to make the most damage happen versus Holy Hands. Trying to see if he can blast through. The Shield of Vengeance is able to hammer adjust. Blinks out of it into a poly as Holy Hands got himself full burst available. Is that proc wings or is that real wings? I think it might be real wings. I think it is. It's going to throw some hammers in. Getting a good proc. Elijah looking for a complete reset. With an invis, and it's gonna sit down to get himself some food, maybe, or just trying to sit. Holy Hands knows that he is in here. Consecration, just trying to AoE. Elijah's trying to avoid him as best as possible. Can he maybe get around it? I think there's a gap. Oh, he's just waiting for Holy Hands to run out. Is this where you go for food? I think it's where you go for food. He's just letting him pick up the eye. He knows exactly where he's at as he got himself in a cubby. Quick breath onto Holy Hands with a poly, and Elijah actually got himself cooldowns there. Is going to go dispelling every single buff from Holy Hand, spell stealing all of it, Rune of Power into a fireball, and it's going to drop down to Meteor, blinking out of it. Holy Hands, I think, does get clipped maybe narrowly by the Meteor, maybe not even. Looks like very little of his health went down. It's going to be some Pyroblast out of Elijah with the Alter Time. It's actually going to cancel that Alter Time, but it looks, well, maybe, yeah, he is. He is going to cancel it, letting those images kind of frostbolt him. And Holy Hands might be looking at pressing that bubble really, really early here. Ring of Frost. I mean, next setup. Meteor. Oh, might be big damn. Holy Hands is going to survive for a little bit. Bubble does have to use it. Decides to go with a safety bubble just in case things go bad. And Elijah bailing out of there. I love how graceful that form looks, by the way. I really want it. I don't know what that thing is, but I really, really want it. Holy Hands looking for a bit of recovery. A couple flash of lights. Elijah's Hand of Hindrance. I doubt that he is like just walking for the sake of walking, right? Gotta be Hand of Hindrance, right? Holy Hands looking for a bit of recovery. Does actually get himself full heals. Normal bubble. Shield of Vengeance. Wings. He knows that Elijah has a blink to get out of the stun. He knows he can do it anytime he wants to. Elijah's just waiting for him to come out from behind the pillar. This is where Holy Hands just kind of sits behind the pillar as best as he can, hugging it. He has a trinket, Human Racial, for Sunburst. It's going to be that slow out of Elijah trying to go for the most amount of meteor damage. Pyroblast flying. Holy Hands does get himself Shield of Vengeance. Is it going to be enough though? Blasted through as Elijah gets himself ult time. Quick breath onto Holy Hands. Always get ult time just to put himself back in a good position. Nova onto Holy Hands does get a Hodge. I don't think there's a blink available. Holy Hands trying to blast as much damage as he can, but he doesn't have that much health of his own. I go Pyroblast and a Fire Blast. Taking him out with triples, getting 2 kills. Elijah coming back with 3 for that team. Alrighty. Let's get a team Bald and Flexing to verse one another next, yeah? Let's go level 16. Nice, Assas. Nice, dude. So when you guys are leveling, what'd you find to be the fastest leveling? Are you doing any Torghast leveling, or are you guys just normal questing leveling, dungeon levelers? Which one have you guys been doing so far recently? Check the Mog. Yeah, I can do that. And peep it real quick. The golden one? That's not bad looking. I like the weapons. I think the weapons match pretty well. Wait, is that shorts you're wearing? Wait, is that the pants or is that shorts? I can't tell. I don't look bad at all. Yeah, I like the weapons. Alright, let's get Flexing and Bald in here next. Bald up next. Boys. It's struggle leveling fast. Last time I messed around with it, it was pretty quick on PTR. Fate and dungeon spam. Okay, get Chrysler. Chrysler's on the EU. Today we're doing some NA. Nice masters. Thank you so much, Yuki. Appreciate it. Torghast the world bonus is the easy level up. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, when I level my Alliance Rogue, I'm probably gonna try all the different methods to see what's the fastest. I do wonder if Torghast grinding might be really quick. Because I know Torghast was giving you a lot of XP for like bonus objectives. And as a rogue, I imagine you could just like kind of walk by, rescue all the souls, kill the rares, solve all the puzzles, help the dudes out while it's stealth. So it'll be pretty easy for you to get around. And then hit the door boss over and over while with like full rested XP. I imagine that'll be pretty strong too. Dungeon spam? Okay, so it didn't really change too much then by the looks of it. Okay, so I'll do some questing, some leveling myself. And I'll figure out what is the fastest method, what is the best method. Mage and Druid really imba considering average players. Yeah, they are pretty strong. Both of them are pretty good. Yeah, I was wondering if anybody did any kind of leveling there or not. That's Druid, lol. What's up, fair say to my guy? Just wondering as survival hunter only just grow for the fun idea of being one of those someday. Hell yeah, dude, you're more than welcome to. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another one up and running, yeah? Alrighty. Yo, switch. Got us a team Flexing together with a Life Wire. Gonna be first up versing Big Homie King Live. Gonna hit with a Lexi full burst. Is gonna go for a trinket. Disengage it out of him with a blur. Try to see if he can survive his stun onto Big Homie. He's gonna try to see if he can shear and eye beam through the flesh cut. Is able to. Got a bit of pressure. Metamorphs on top of Homie with another stun to follow. Big Hunt with a Karma Raptor. Try to see if he can burn through a Karma. Is he able to? Homie trying to rotate every single defense and just deal with his darkness out for Life Wire. Both are just committing the most damage and the most survivability. It's gonna be a quick interrupt to the Homie. Might be big trouble. Fist of Fear flying. Try to see if he might be able to take Life Wire out. Life Wire barely in health. Battle Master Trinket giving himself a little bit of health. Touch of death as Big Homie. My goodness, just absolutely decimated him. My goodness. Baked Numb is going to be up next as a Torrid. Spear in hand. He got himself Tribal Wear from Zandalari. And he got himself literally poking, spearing Homie. Got himself full Curian Burst trying to see if he can make a play. And it's going to be Hodge with stun as Homie. It's going to go for a big defensive into a flash cap getting interrupted. The Paladin trying to see if he can make some damage happen. Not the biggest burst on him just yet. Homie is going to just bail out into another zip code altogether. Quick in cap as Bake continuing just to build himself up some damage. Got the Necrolord shimmer around his hands. Had himself big Tempest Verdict procs ready to go. Maybe one or two of them. If he's running the Lego for the Necrolords, he definitely could get two of them back to back. But I also didn't see if he's playing like a Final Verdict Lego, if he's playing if he's playing the Necro Lego. It could be either one. Gonna be a leg sweep, BDB burst, and that's gonna be the Paladin shrinking out of it, just trying to see if he can walk out of there. Does the Paladin have burst of his own? If he has something set up with a Shield of Vengeance, he can make something happen. Big homie, try to keep him at bay. Gotta be pony up. Karma early. I think the Paladin still might burst right through it. Blessing of Protection, just trying to see if he might be able to one-shot homie out of there. Quick stun right after. It's gonna be Diffuse Magic, and homie should be able to bail out of there. It's reducing a lot of that magic damage. Holy damage completely. A full flash cut up for Baked. As homie's just not even gonna go over there to spear hand strike him. He's gonna let that flash cut happen. He doesn't want to deal with it. He's gonna let it happen. Just worry about it later. Massive burst out of Baked just with a single proc. Got himself eye for an eye. Another proc on homie. Somebody didn't crit there. Otherwise, the probably would have been over. As he got himself a couple of L5s over on the team 2, team 1 rather. We got ourselves Weatherman X, as well as Wolfie in the back with flexing over in the other team. But big homie is still tussling, still trying to see if he might be able to survive. That's going to be Baked with a big proc. Got himself a nice flash cup setup. Big BDB bursts up. Could be a bubble out of Baked. Is going to bubble out of it. Does he have enough damage to finish? Homie just bailing out of there. We got Shadowlands over on team homie with skills in the back, as well as Trayub, as well as Unbothered. Ooh, I really like that mount. That is a beaut. The only rare mount, or at least prestigious mount, I guess I have is Sylvanas Mythic right now. I mean, maybe there's some kind of like rare-ish sort of mount that I have on my account. But I think Vengeance for now, Sylvanas mount, is probably the best thing until, what, next patch when the thing becomes farmable? Or until next expansion when that thing becomes farmable? At least for now. Homie, getting hit with a Hodge. Big Bakes trying to see if he can make the most damage. Got himself procs. It just looks like it's not going to be enough, and a single hammer of justice that is on work doesn't sit stuns long at all. Is it going to be Bake, get hit with a Karma? Gonna bail out of there, get himself a full re-heal. Bake might be able to go for a flash count. The Paladin is kind of far away. This would be the perfect time to do it. The Paladin charging in capped by the Monk with the BDB images is available. Bake is going to shrink it out of it. War Storm for a second with a Shield of Vengeance is going to go for some damage. It's going to be Bake with a Diffuse Magic, trying to see if he might be able to just survive through a Shield of Vengeance. Bake got himself, I think, a proc of Wings. Hammer of Justice. Does he have the damage? Going to be a pre-wall by Bake. Or by homie. And Wings are up for Bake. Is that proc Wings or is that real Wings this time? I think it's real Wings, isn't it? I wouldn't be surprised if it was proc. It's just monks do a lot of little hits. And I feel like I could set up for a big proc for Paladin very, very quick. Like spinning cranking is a bunch of little hits all at once. So if majority of them crit, like, you're setting up a really big proc. It looks like it was real Wings by Baked now. Got himself a flash cup. Big homie is unable to get a flash cup just yet. This is going to be a couple punches and kicks. Big homie with Fist of Fury locking down Baked for a moment. It's going to be a Hodge. Does he have the setup? He might have himself the biggest go. Missing the Wings at the last second. Trying to wake up Ashes, but homie is able to disengage completely. For Baked, it's really going to come down to maximizing the procs, maximizing it, and trying to make sure the burst is the least amount of globals. BDB out by big homie Zuen and everything. Baked has nothing but eye for an eye, maybe some healing to survive through it. Eye for an eye is helping him survive for a bit. Karma, as actually the Monk is committing everything with a massive kick at the end, taking him out with Weatherman. Trying to see if he can weather the storm. Of big homie King is going to go for a boopity bop. For a boopity bop. Into a BDB big homie. Trinkets out of it immediately, but it looks like Weatherman was just basically walking towards the pillar, expecting for him to trinket a port. Flash cut is up for a homie. Maybe Weatherman can get a flash cut of his own? Potentially? He has a full one right now, so I guess maybe he pre-flash cut it before the duel. Zuen is up for Weatherman. Fist of Fury flying at one another. Both the monks are going to disconnect for a second. Weatherman trying to stay and chase in big homie as soon as possible. Try to go for one Dragon Punch. Homie, though, hits him with a root as a Spirit Hand Strike. Or not Spirit Hand Strike, but Hamstring. Hits him twice with it, or actually hit him while it's low with just put a root for a second. So Weatherman did burn a Zuen. He does have BDB back up, hopefully soon. Maybe a set of images. Still holding on to Flesh Cup for now, so homie hasn't been able to crack through that shield. But that shield has seen some wear and tear. It seems a punch and kicks that absorbed a bit of damage. That's going to be BDB. That's definitely going to proc it. Weatherman shrinking out, actually building some resources off of Kevin Slime. Fist of Fury flying at big homie. That's just trying to stay near him. And homie is a bit behind on defenses, a bit behind on offenses. Karma coming up very, very soon. Weatherman has a leg soup. Next, leg soup could be really bad if Weatherman has himself a big setup. It could make it happen. Fist of Fury flying. Does Weatherman have anything for it? Rolls out of it. I was expecting maybe in cap. Big homie better pre-karma. I feel like that's the only way he's going to survive it. In cap, BDB down the floor. Lexium, does Weatherman have the biggest burst? Massive kick. Fist of Fury. Whirling Dragon Punch. Has a second to press Karma. And I think Weatherman is just going to continue to try to see if he can thrash through the Karma as best as possible. Homie does not play good Karma, so he's not really getting any heals from the Karma itself. Going to be a quick jab. And a quick jab charge by Weather. Homie had barely any health. On his last leg, Diffuse Magic Zuen. Maybe Homie can somehow get some burst of his own. Looks like Weatherman does not have a trinket. It is going to be Zuen joining the fight. Big Homie, but seeing the Karma, actually just going to try to see if he can blast the Karma. He's selling his on the line. Fist of Fury. Homie is taking quite a bit of damage. Is going to diffuse magic for the Karma. There's going to be a flash cut for one while Weatherman getting some recovery of his own. Actually, I wonder which one of these monks is going to win. It looks like they have like a really back and forth going on. Homie with a Zuen. Weatherman was not the one with the Zuen, actually. I thought Weather was the one with the Zuen there. I wonder with that Karma, and if he has Zuen available, he would have been in a great position. And that's going to be Zuen, Weatherman, Fist of Fury, both of them pairing each other. No one's going anywhere. Going to be a ring of boopity bop. Weatherman got himself flash out. Homie tried to see if he might be able to disrupt it. Was not quite able to. He's going to be able to burn damage right through it. Weatherman trying to make some damage happen right now. Tricking out a big Homie. Could be going down. It looks like the last blackout kick was able to do it. As Skills charging in, full banner, Warbreaker, Weatherman might be in trouble, no more Karma. The Skills have a leap to catch back up if he gets the right angle on that leap. Maybe with a big execute, round it up Weatherman, that is Diffuse Magic, or a Dampen Harm rather. Boards, Skills, does he realize he's right back there behind the pillar, trying to see if he can blaze him to walk right to him. Fist of Fury, the only thing that's parrying Skills for now. As soon as he gets him to execute, he will be in a great position. Weatherman got mobility, Skills needs to put a hamster gun him as soon as possible. If he's able to land a hamster, he'll be okay. Skills is given an opportunity to get himself a flash scout. Weatherman able to get some recovery, waiting out until the Karma. Skills did burn the Avatar, Warbreaker, banner, and everything. Weatherman looking like he's getting full recovery. Skills, I think, was just trying to see if he can remount the whole time. Stormbolt onto Weatherman. Does he have any damage to follow up? He does have a few procs. Shackles and Malediction. Weatherman is going to land an in-cap for it. No Circle's Rage for Skills. Into Alexium. No Trinket. Skills does have a flash cut that's going to help him survive. Fear onto Weather. Good Trinket out of it. Skills bailing out of it completely. Now, what's his flash cut used earlier? So now Weatherman could just maybe wait until his cooldowns are available. Rolling up right to Skills. Skills does have a parry if he needs to. Could always parry the damage out of Weatherman. I think maybe he's waiting until Zuen or something is up. Maybe could go for an interrupt. Stormbolt to the Weatherman, but he is sitting in that ring of peace. Trying to see if he can charge to him. Able to get the damage from the charge as well as a root from a charge. Big kicks out of Weatherman. It's going to be Reflect as well as parry for Skills. Probably a good opportunity to do so. Warbreaker's up. Does Skills get to reconnect? Maybe if you go for a big leap. Big leap and a big charge. Also, I was going to ask, is Skills playing Impending Victory? Because a lot of the EU warriors are playing Impending Victory, but he isn't. Skills playing the Tormented King's Legendary by the looks of it. Unless he used Avatar and Bladestorm together. No, he didn't. He got Bladestorm to give him free Avatar, and he's the Avatar to give him free Bladestorm, and that's going to be Touch of Death. What is the legendary you want to play as a warrior? I know you don't really play Tormented Kings for PvP. I wonder what Lego you play as like a Necro right now. You play the Execute Motorcycle Lego? You play the Motorcycle as a chance to put overpower on the target? Gonna be Alexium unbothered, chicken side of immediately. It's gonna go for Shadow Blades. Gonna be a chicken for Weatherman immediately. Gonna be both of the Monk and the Rogue. Just trying to blast the damage to each other as unbothered is gonna go for a bit of a reset. Weatherman is gonna send a Zuen, keeping the Rogue in combat as best as possible, forcing him to use advantage. Blind onto Weatherman, does not have a trinket out of it. Zuen is gonna keep cloning unbothered, not gonna give him an easy reset. Weatherman might be able to steal force and some kind of a cooldown of unbothered. Ring a boopity bop on one side. The Monk spear is just flying in on the other side. Spinning Crane Kick is going to tag Unbound for a second. Zuen has no idea where the Rogue is, and Unbothered should be able to get himself a proper reset. Weatherman does not have any defenses. Unbothered hits him with a stab. Does Unbothered have cooldowns? He got his charge of dances, but that's about it. If he makes a mistake here, Shadow Strike, landing an in-cap. Weatherman playing it very defensively, does not want to... Oh, maybe getting engaged in combat. Can the shot? Doesn't bother have the damage. Trying to make the damage happen through a Curing Burst. Might be able to do it. One more Eviscerate. It does get it. Oh my goodness. He does actually do it, boys. Landing the back-to-back Curian setup with the resounding Strikes Legendary. Oh my goodness. That was a lot of burst. And he's kind of hoping that he lands on the calm point that's empowered. He has like 4 of them, but he's hoping that he lands on a calm point that is empowered. Is this man not playing Mark for Death then? Do you play Deepest Strat because of this? I think Deepest Strat would actually make it easier for you to land those comp points because it's always going to be out of 6 comp points, but deeper, it's always going to be 2, 3, 4, and 5. Actually, I guess if you're playing Mark for Death, it would probably be 2, 3, 4, and 5 anyway, wouldn't it be? Because I doubt it would be given to it 1. That'd be kind of weird. Maybe? I never messed with it. I'm going to be able to soon. Wolfie, try to see if you might be able to sweep the rogue out in the open. Unable to, and I'm bothered just waiting for some cooldowns. Wolfie is an orc, is a shaman, can do lots of damage like a monk. And can do quite surprising damage, just kind of ramp up out of nowhere, just proc. Shadow Strike by Unbothered into that Kyrian Burst is going to land a Kindred Shot onto Wolfie. That's going to be Trinket out of the Shaman and Cheap Shot after. It's going to be a Stun Totem around the corner. Trinket out of Unbothered with an evasion as Wolfie might need to go for as much healing as possible. Into Chain Harvest and the Blind comes out. Unbound is going to be chased by the Earth Elemental and Ghost Wolves. Trying to evasion as much of the damage as possible. The Earth LE is going to be persistent. Trying to deny the Rogue any kind of re-stealth, barely hitting the Rogue. The Rogue honestly sees the Earth Elemental beating up his back more as a massage than anything. Is going to burn advantage as Wolfie trying to see maybe he can get him out. Isn't going to be able to. Maybe the eyes are available. Looks like both are done for now. And Unbothered is going to have to go in for yet another go versus Wolfie. Hits him with a sap. But he's going to probably wait out the Earth Elemental for a moment. Wolf is still holding on to Ascendance. No trinkets out of either one. So if Wolfie can somehow maybe go for a Stun Totem with a Sunder into a big Ascendance, try to see if he can Sunder the Rogue immediately. Cloaker Shot is for Unbothered just to make sure he denies any kind of dam. And that's going to be massive Kyrian Burst onto Wolfie, taking him out. Flexing is the last one left over on the team 1. Can he do it? Can he handle this burst? Can he handle the damage? That is going to be the question. As Unbothered slinks back into stealth. Chilling for a moment. We are at 13 minutes into this duel. 53% dampener. Man, that Kyrian Burst is kind of nuts, huh? That's actually kind of crazy, boys. That Execute Ledger is really good. Is it really? Okay. Kings, BS Lego, and Triple Leap Lego. I like the Religious Forums Warrior. King's actually that good? Do people actually play in an arena? I know it was really good in M+. I think it's still good if you're Fury in like M+. You're wrong on that one, though. Dude, you gotta go to after the duels. Yo, Skills, thanks so much for joining, my guy. Appreciate you, my dude. It looks like Unbothered is actually gonna wait until every single cooldown. This is the last competition. Flexing. He gotta make sure you got everything. Cloak of Shadows might be necessary here. Vanish, Trinket, maybe Shadow Blades. Yeah, so what do you play for PvP? Triple Leap Lego. What's our play Kyrian Lego and Necro Lego? Oh, Banner? Really? Do they actually play Banner Lego? I mean, I guess the Banner does give you a longer duration. That's about it, really. Why would they play Banner? Huh. Banner Lego just seems like a good group Lego. Maybe that's why they do it, for the group. But it doesn't really help in a 3v3 environment. Flexing is going to see Unbothered eat a freezing trap, hit him with a stun. Going to be a trinket for Unbothered as he's trying to close the gap. The dots are rolling. It's going to be another freezing trap right after. Unbothered has the calm points to go for a kidney shot. It's going to land one, but Flexing is actually out of melee range. Looks like Unbothered is going to be able to get himself some damage into a blind into Flexing while the pet is on him. Cloak of Shadows an advantage as Unbothered goes for a reset. Had himself a little bit of a scuffed go. Landed the kidney shot on Flexing but couldn't follow up damage. I decided, you know what, let's go for a reset. If Lexi can pick up a set of eyes, or maybe just randomly get a trap onto Unbothered. Ooh, there is a freezing trap standing next to him. Does he see the freezing trap? Does he know it's there? He must see it, right? There's no way. There's no way. Otherwise, he would randomly just walk. Maybe not. I think he would see it. Eyes are not available for either one. Going to be Flexing out in the open with the flare. Unbothered wants to go up in the probably expecting a freezing trap. Is going to be a freezing trap behind him. A little further behind him. Just setting up traps in every single corner. Look at this box, dude. From 3-pronged attack. The only way that Unbothered would be able to get an opener is if he goes from around next to the stairs and kind of jumps at Flexing next to him. And Flexing is covering for his bases. There is still a gap. If he goes long way around and up the stairs around the flare, he'll be a fine. But Unbothered, while Flexing is out of camo, Unbothered has no idea where these traps are, so he's guessing. Looks like he's gonna maybe sap out Flexing, waiting for a flare. Flexing could reposition the flare in a good spot. Gonna throw down Steel Trap right there. Tar Trap still right behind him. It's not going to get the rogue out to stealth. It's going to go to sleep. You still can reach around this side with a flare. And maybe that's what Unbothered will try to do. Because if you go around, if you stop him before he throws down another flare, you can go from the other angle. Is going to go for a Shadow Strike into a stun by flexing immediately. Flate shot onto Unbothered, trying to make the most dots happen. Unbothered is going to go and walk through a freezing trap. It looks like a freezing trap doesn't stop him. That is going to be a fresh freezing trap. Unbothered trinkets out of it. Did not trinket that stun immediately. Flexing immediately, trinket out of that CC into Turtle Shell Exhilaration, sending the pet in Unbothered. No more evasion by the rogue. Has a Cloak of Shadows and advantage very, very soon. Blind available if he needs to. Could maybe blind the pet, get a shot flexing if he wants to. It's going to use the Kyrian setup off of the pet. Just building for full combo points at the very least. Vanishes up. If only flexing had some in flare. Wait, does it catch him on the 100 mark? That was actually so close. Flexing is going to pick up the eye. Unbothered is going to get put out in the open. Pet is going to send at him. He might be able to stun the pet and catch himself a reset. But Flexing is going to keep him out in the open. Grenades getting yeeted out. Unbothered has a limited amount of time to work with here. Cloak of Shadows Warriors used really early. That's going to be Flexing, getting those dots on the Unbothered with the pet. Unbothered has a limited amount of time to work with here. It's going to go for that Kyrian setup, but Flexing taking him down. With Shatrat charging in. 18 minutes. Wow, this has been a long duel. Stun around the corner. But Flexing wants to keep the flate shots rolling, keep the damage up and running. Tossing out grenades. That is going to be another kill shot to follow as a Hodge comes out. Where Shatrat is going to go for that blind, holy power, damage, playstyle, massive damage for afar. Wake of Ashes cutting the boy down. I didn't realize that the game was going to be that long, but I guess there it is. Crazy. That's actually crazy. Alrighty, boys. Do we get one more? Do we get enough energy in us for no Mas? Night King is ready. Night King wants to do one more. Yo, I probably should have ate before getting the stream up and running. I tried to get a little bit of food in me. I ate a bagel and had a cup of coffee. And that was a couple of hours ago. I don't even know why people do this. Like when you don't have a watch, you look at your hand. I do that whenever I'm like trying to think. It's an automatic reaction. I used to wear watches too. Yeah, it has been a couple of hours. Man, I'm starving, dude. Yo, Flexing got a 5-man. Night King got a 5-man. Bald is out. Do we get Chicago and Night King just to get on one more chance, boys? Oh, Flexing versus Night King? Whoever's available, whoever's ready. I mean, I guess we could do it. Man, that was a long game. Don't forget to thumbs up, fellas. Yo, boys, appreciate you for the thumbs up you give to the streams. Appreciate it. On in EU, top 100 is only Necro and Kyrian. Don't know about a name. So what Lego do they play then? Actually, let me look it up. I'm interested. Because I always wondered. I know that PvE Legos that play are going to be one way, but PvP. There's options, I imagine. I just wonder if it's going to be the same PvE, PvP Lego, like crossover. Arms. 2v2 Lego. Elysian Might, Enduring Blow. So the Mortal Strike, Colossus Smash 1. But mostly Elysian Might. What are about the warriors that are Necro? Necrolord, what does he play? Legendary. Execute Lego. Okay, so this guy's playing Execute Lego. What about 3v3? Because it seems to be Elysian Might is still the go-to. But if you're Necrolords in the 3v3 ladder, Legendary, Elysian Might, Enduring Blow. So I guess you get Enduring Blow mostly. Wait, let me look at the top guy. Top in 3v3 is a Necrolord. Sekov? Chiconjus US? Way up there. Enduring Blow, yeah, so it looks like you play the Execute or you actually just play Enduring Blow for like PvE damage. With a trinket, like Anya's burst trinket, not the chain. With Sudden Death, Massacre, Warbreaker, Avatar, Dreadnoughts, yeah, so same stuff. Death Sentence, Sharpened Blade. Stronger Destruction apparently too. Just for cooldown reduction, I guess. Okay, that makes sense. Dude, Veterans Respued Conduit. When you pop the banner on you, it gives you 19% strength. Actually 20 if you empower it, right? That's nuts. Imagine popping a banner. You already have like all that Giga Mastery and 20% more strength. On top of it, an on you shrink it for more primary stat. More strength. Avatar. There's 20% more damage on top of it, right? There's 20. Is that actually 20? It is 20, right? 20. That's so OP. That's so good. My God, no wonder they pop off. Let us against Chicago, 5-ish, I think. LMAO 5-ish. What do you mean by that? Man, I'm really damn hungry. I do want to do one more, though. I do want to do one more for the team NA. Night King is ready. Flexing is ready. Chicago has 5-ish. So do we do Chicago? I want to do Night King. I do want to do Night King. Night King versus either Flexing or Chicago. Can we do a coin flip? Do a coin flip. Because I know Chicago and Night King dueled each other. Also, I would want to give Chicago an opportunity to play again. Because they only, I think, dueled once or twice. Let's give tails to Chicago because they're trying out with a tail. And Flexi gets the heads because he, you know, head hunter. That's how hunters are. Tails for Chicago. Okay. Let's go Chicago and Night King again. So Chicago gets another chance. And Night King gets another chance. Chicago. Alright, boys. This is going to be the last one, I think, for the night. Unless I'm... Depends how I'm feeling after this one, but I'm starving. So there's a good chance after this one, I'm going to bow out of here, man. You know what I mean? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Still fiber Q? Yeah, I gotcha. Working inflation declined. Yeah. Let's see if that works this time around. Did it work this time? Alright, we're cute. Please don't give me never mind. What happened? Don't give me Toveron Blizzard, please. That's a way too big of an arena, in my opinion, for duels. Riser likes it. I don't. You know, I don't. Ooh, Gaming Pancake. I like the Mog for the DK. The total DK without weapon and the enchant. That actually looks so fitting. I guess we go again. Night King and Chicago. Someone left. Okay, I guess maybe we do Flexing. Well, Chicago, give it 30 seconds. I'll give Chicago 30 seconds. We need a +1 over on a Team NA, boys. Team Alliance NA. They need a one more boy. Or I guess I guess just take the Q, or what's going on? Do we do a 4v4? I'll give you guys 30 seconds to maybe get a +1. Someone in Alliance. Check this out. This is mad. The face makes pure gold. Kieran Assassin one-shot OP. This is Kieran Assassin one-shot. Chicago, give you a second already. That actually is pretty strong. I gotta give it a go myself. I think Palomar was doing that kind of burst earlier. All right, Chicago, are we getting a +1 or are we done ski? Man, I'm really hungry. I'm really hungry. Did you see Polymer vid of bursts of each class? I don't think so, no. I don't think I did. Was there anything nutty in there? Were you part of it, Seawork? I won't be surprised if Seawork decided, you know what? I'm gonna just go and do some big Necrolord one-shot. I got the first on it? Oh, let's go, Seawork. That's awesome. Yo, let's go, dude. Huge. Now Seawork just gotta start streaming, become like a real Twitch streamer. Just get all the Twitch subs, dude. You got yourself like exposure. Let's go, dude. That's huge. 0.01 second kill. Nutty. Still don't have new cast in WoW. Still don't have new, I don't know what that means. What's up, Chris? How you doing, my guy? 5? Alrighty, we got Chicago, we got Night King. Alrighty, boys. I am running on fumes here energy-wise. I'm gonna pop a soda, dude. I'm pretty sure sugar. Dalaran. I'm pretty sure sugar is gonna mess me up here. I'm gonna try just to hover through the rest of the duel. Just hopped up on sugar. Huh? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Oh my goodness, holy hands! Am I a joke to you? What is going on? Yo, Chicago, can you explain? Chicago, please explain. Yo, I don't think we're good. I don't think we can do a holy paladin. I don't think we can do a holy paladin, boys. I don't think that's happening. We might have to do a requeue. I'm not really sure why there's a holy paladin there. Did he do it by accident? Or is this like, is he got some big one-shot build as a holy pala? Requeue? Alright, requeue. Okay, requeue. I was gonna say for a sec. I was gonna say there for a moment. What the hell is that? It was healing world PvP. Okay. Requeue. Man. You know what? If somebody did have some kind of like a holy one-shot, I'd be okay to try it once. Yeah, but one day I'll add a Tinker class. Yeah, that'd be cool. I like a Tinker class. I think that'd be fantastic. Hell yeah, dude. I'd be alright with that. Okay, ready? Sorry about that. You're good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all, friend. Zero worries whatsoever. Alright, Tigers Peak. We got the peaking Tigers. We're chilling, boys. We are hard chilling. Oh my god, 22k? It's kind of big. Oh my god. It's actually huge. What the hell? There's no way he lived that, right? My god. That's nutty. Alrighty, boys. Actual duel this time. Actual duel. No healing paladins. No tanks. No nothing. Take everything you got for this 5v5 1v1 dueling arena and put it down on the floor. Maybe don't invite healers. No, it's holy hands. It was holy. Chicago said he was trying to heal out in the open world. That's all it is, man. Always pals, man. Yo, for real, it is always pals, isn't it? Pals are such goobers, dude. We love paladins, but sometimes you guys are goobers. Honestly, we love you guys, but you guys sometimes are like, you're funny. So Twitch. Got us on Team 1 together with Elijah as a Fire Mage. I wanted to say Frost Mage, but it ain't happening today. CBZU's as a Demonology Warlock. How you doing, my guy? Chupas charging in first. In the back, we got us on Seawork as well as Sensei. Chupas is going to be versing Chicago. Already going for the big Ascendance trinkets out of the Remorse Winter as Chupas got the grippy hand. Slapping Chicago around. Another stone to follow with a silence around. Chicago might be under a lot of pressure. Wall is available if they want to use it. It's going to go aggression instead of healing. Just decided, you know what? Since I'm silenced, I'm just going to keep slamming Wind Strike. Slamming my noggin against the Wind Strike button. Making sure, literally got a custom-made button that's just an extra big keybind. An extra big key of a keyboard with a massive like switch, like a keyboard switch, but it's huge. Just for the noggin. Just a bot booping the noggin on that thing. Slamming out them wind strikes, them storm strikes. Shilpa's under quite a bit of pressure from all that damn. And that might be actually a really good thing to consider. Tonight's the best defense is a massive, just aggressive offense. That's a great defense. Or a good offense is a good defense. Ooh, Chicago playing that Kyrian. What? Huh? Chilpills is going to try to see if he can flash out, and Chicago looking to maybe get an interrupt on it. Will not be able to. I like that they're trying out the Kyrian. I think the CP Cup is going to be pretty helpful with the disease removal, as well as a fresh heal. Silence into a stun. Chicago with the AoE stun. Does he get low? Chicago trying to get himself a heal. He's going to sneak a heal in between. Needs more Maelstrom. Got himself a wall. Thunder on triples. Maybe a stun totem around the corner. No stun totem. It's going to be another Wards of Witcher stun. Triple stun. Chicago is going to get a stun totem, but Chill Pills. And while bailing out of the dragon, swoops in for a moment. Does minimal damage. Dude, they really got above the damage. Dude, remember when the dragon did a lot of damage? I don't think they're ever going to buff it, dude, but it still just feels like a throwaway button sometimes. Like, it does damage a little, but I feel like it should do something, anything. You know? I feel like it should do something. Have some sort of effect to it. You know? Maybe like a debuff after. Maybe like a giga slow in PvP. But it's going to be Chillpills trying to see if he can crack through the stone that is the Earth Elemental. Chicago is going to be going for more Flame Shock, trying to keep the damage rolling. I wonder if they got themselves some sort of a setup, maybe with like Magic Dam? Full magic damage setup. Flame Shock, maybe get a Lava Lash in to go for even more Flame Shock damage over time. Getting some procs, which is Chillpills as a blind comes out for the Death Knight into a Remorseless Winter Chicago. Looks like I'm expecting a silence to follow. Has a Trick of the Nietzsche. Is going to build up some Maelstrom. Got himself a heal. I think I might have been the Sipic up from the Kyrian. And it's going to be a self heal right after. Chillpills got himself a little bit of running power, avoiding the totem as much as he can. That Kyrian totem, it is something super easy to walk away from. But it looks like he's literally just avoiding it. He literally went the other direction. See, that's how it come down. Even though I think doesn't really do that much in PvP. I mean, it could sort of can do a damn. It's just really difficult to lock someone down. You need a full 5-second stun, and Shaman's don't come with one of those. Ghost's joining the fight. We're ripping a Terror and Chillpills. He's going to sink some Obliterates into those things. Sunder right around the corner. Maybe a stun totem. No stun totem to come, but Chillpills got himself mobility. With Death's Advance, going to be that Kyrian totem around the corner. Chicago is trying to move the totem whenever they can. Flash cut is up for Chillpills. No, I got to be an interrupt out of Chicago. Just going in with a big old lightning bolt instead. Could move the totem, and actually the totem could do quite a bit of healing. As well as an occasional amount of damage. Going to be the stun from Chillpills. Chicago taking a lot of damage. Has a trigger the Nietzsche. Is going to trick in the last second, but Chillpills is going to slam out another Obliterate in there. Chicago playing up the Mechanicals when the drop low. They do radiate and AoE stun. But it looks like they kind of went a bit behind. Who's up next is going to be Reverence over on the other team. Oh, Reverence, how you doing, fam? We got this Pepsi Max over here. It looks like Kyrian Druid is up next. Holy hands on the back. No longer as literally a healer and fake friend. As a marksman. Ooh, I like that. Pepsi opening up with a stun on Chillpills. Is that going to be the big Kyrian burst? Got him some Tiger's Fury. Not popping off Kyrian just yet. Did they change Covenant? They just adjust their Covenant before the duel. Got big bleeds on the Chillpills. Was doing quite a bit of damage. Chillpills got him some recovery. What is that heal over time for Chillpills actually? What is healing you right now? How are you healing over time? Huh? Did you guys see that? The Pepsi put on wrong bleeds. You put Hots and Chillpills instead. Gonna be a quick blind onto the Druid. The Chillpills backs away for a second. What healed you just now? Swear to God, someone was healing. Is sacrificing the ghoul. And it's gonna send a dragon to deny Pepsi a reset. Put him in combat while after hitting him with a spell. It's gonna Remorseless Winter. Pepsi and Chute know that there's gonna be a stun to follow. It's gonna try to get some bleeds up and running on Chillpills. Are you a Necrolord now? I'm still confused. I'm expecting Kyrian burst anytime soon. Silence onto the Druid. As they're trying to hoof it out of them. Bear from just letting their frenzy regen give him a little bit of healing. Charging right back at Chillpills. Is going to try to go for a stun with a Shadow Meld. Wasn't quite the biggest stun ever. Continuing to get bites back to back versus Pills as he got AMS. Has IBF. Could go for a Death Pact. Might have to go for a Death Pact. Warlock housed him before the Death Pact. And is going to be hitting into Pepsi, who does have Thorns. Spell Warden is helping him a little, but whenever he doesn't proc, it does eat into Chillpills' health. IBF is going to use, might want to go for Death Pact here. Chillpills with a Flash Cut. Pepsi with an interrupt around the side, skirted over. And Chillpills does have some codings coming back very, very soon. But is the pressure on Pepsi? Why isn't Bear from trying to see if he can dodge the Cyclone? and was able to for a second, still just building up resources. He does have all the cooldowns available. He just needs to get himself a stun onto Pepsi. Gonna be a quick cycle in Kindred Spirits. Pepsi didn't even have his own Kyrian burst up. Oh no! Had to. It's so weird that you have to attach Kindred Spirits to yourself before you get to use it. But I guess it makes sense, you know, you gotta figure out who you're buffing. If you're buffing yourself, you got that. Stun to Pepsi, gonna be a trinket, maybe a silence, gonna be a full silence as the wall is up for Pepsi. He's gonna need a second stun if he reaches next to Mortis Winter. It's gonna be Friends of Region, got himself big healing with the regrowth. And Chilpa's getting hit with a bash for a second. Kyrian burst is up for Pepsi. Could be lots of pressure on Chilpa's. That is going to be an empowered bleed and empowered dots, empowered everything for 10 seconds of Pepsi. Everything hits really hard. Big bites back to back. Chilpa's how much a death strike. And the harder he gets hit, the harder death strike will 7 health back from the enemy. With a chain of ice onto Pepsi. As he's going to bail out of there. Hoofed it out of there completely. Got himself a couple of regrowths. Also, he got a new travel form. I got to get myself one of those for my Druid. The travel forms look good. He got that stag, that Nightface stag. That looks good. Next thing we pop into it, we'll get to appreciate it for just a moment. As he gets a maim onto Chill Pills, gonna be that human trinket to bust himself out of that stun. Pepsi bailing out of there, got himself a little bit of healing. Look to pop back into cat form. Most likely still has a most likely definitely still has a frost fever on him. And it's gonna be Chill Pills with the Remorseless Winter getting rooted for a second. Got himself the death back just to give himself a little bit of health. Since he sees the Feral backing up out of there completely. Feral sitting in Death and Decay, not doing the most amount of damage, but it is keeping him in combat. It's going to be a quick leap, no stun, no stealth. Going to be a quick blind, but Chill Pills, maybe he can go for a setup. He does have cooldowns coming up. He got Remorseless Winter. Oh, Fleshcraft canceled it as he moved. That could be really, really bad. But maybe Remorseless Winter together with the Pillar of Frost, as well as Hunger and Rune Weapon, maybe that could be enough. Tossing out a dragon to Pepsi just to throw something in there. Death and Decay on top of it. Bash as he pre-MSs it. That is going to be full burst. A lot of physical damage out of Pepsi. Chilpa's going to have to play this defensively. I don't even know if he can go aggressive here at all. Using an empowering rune weapon just to get himself lots of runic power. Trying to go for silence on Pepsi. That is going to be an AMS. Does get a stun. Maybe he can go for some damage. The Bear Druid does not have a defensive for a second. Does have himself Friends in Region for a moment. That is going to be Chilpa's continue to get big blitz back to back. If he can just get some big ones. Gripping Hand is up. Maybe the Gripping Hand will give him a little bit of pressure. That is going to be that grip as he busts out of the... As he busts out of that roar with the Lichborn. As he is able to break incapacitate since he does embrace on death. Try to see if he can hit blind with Pepsi. Missing that blind. Pepsi kind of low in health. So is Chilpa's quick maim onto the Death Knight. Looks like Pepsi is going to play defensively with a Cyclone. That is going to get himself some regrowth. Still able to get a lot of valuable healing. At the 8-minute mark. 20% damper to Chilpa summons a ghoul just to sacrifice, snuff out its life, and take it for himself. Anti-magic shell for the Thorns of Pepsi. Trinkets out of it as the Curing Burst comes out. Chilpa just getting rampaged by those dots. Is going to land on the Mortis with the stun. But Pepsi does break out of this scot-free. Elijah not going to give Pepsi an opportunity to get himself a good reset. Flame Strike around the corner, and it's going to try to see if he can set up another Flame Strike. And Pepsi did just use his Kirin Sipping Up, I believe, or maybe some other... it's no, something else. I think it's a Pelagos buff. Actually, I don't think this man is Pelagos. I think this man might be something else. I don't really know what he would be, but I don't think it's Pelagos. I don't see the orbs. Actually, would we even see the Kirin orbs? I'm starting to think maybe not. I'm starting to think we don't see it. Unless you're part of his team, but I'm Horde on my... spectating character. Fire Blast flying for Elijah as the blink to get ahead of Pepsi. Quick Roar with the Cyclone almost gives Elijah an opportunity to cast an Interrupt. It was so close. There was actually like a little gap between breaking out of a Roar and Cyclone. He could have maybe snuck in a quick CS. Is going to get a CS either way on a Pepsi, but he's unable to catch him. Playing the normal blink, he doesn't have that Shimmer double movement. Big Kirin setup as Pepsi got himself some big bleeds and damage on Elijah. That all the time is going to nullify all of it, landing a freeze onto Pepsi. And honestly, might just want to take that all the time just to get himself the healing. He's going to blink away. Meteor coming down. Does Elijah have anything? He's got himself Fireball. Meteor Basket is up for Pepsi just to reduce some of the dam. And it's going to get himself the Friends of Region. Maybe it's Clea? Maybe he's playing Clea. I wonder. Hard to tell. Honestly, impossible to tell. Unless we get to take a look at Soulbinds. I just don't know what's good, really, for PvP. Gonna be the images up for Elijah. As Pepsi trying to get some damn in. Frostbolts are flying as Elijah just trying to put some slows onto Pepsi. And I think right now Elijah is just trying to see if he can farm up his burst at some point in the future, little by little. Is Elijah Night Fae, by the way? It's not Venthyr. It's not Kyrian. And I haven't seen a Flesh Cup, so he has to be Night Fae, right? This hasn't used the shift in power just yet at all, by the looks of it. Dropping down a couple of Phoenixes, chasing it out to Pepsi, has the ultimate time to put him back in front of the Druid, and is going to keep punishing with Pyros. Pepsi leaping in, Bash most likely has himself a full Kyrian burst, wants to make some damage happen, just letting the bleeds get stacked up. Elijah with a triple shield is going to get himself super survivable. Blinking in after freezing the cat in place, has the meteor and everything. Looks like it might be the biggest burst possible. Big combustion, Pepsi with a bar skin. Does Elijah continue the burst? He is going to try to see if he can soul shape in there. Pepsi got himself movement, just trying to stay ahead of Elijah. Combustion is still rolling on the Mage, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to catch up at all. Got himself maybe a couple Pyro Blasts around the corner, but Pepsi is, I think he was trying to see if he could catch himself a restyle for a moment. Should maybe be able to get himself a stun onto Elijah. He knows that Elijah has a blink whenever he wants to. He's going to Skull Bash him for a second. Shoot Power's up next. Does not have a way to interrupt Shoot Power. It is doing quite a bit of damage back to Pepsi. Quick main, but it's going to be a blink out of it. It's going to be Pepsi with a big Kyrian burst. He's going to get himself a restun onto Elijah. Massive dots. Big bite. Elijah has to ice block. He got ulti time. Better cancel it. Your ulti time is going to put you back to low health. And that's exactly what he does. He cancels it. It's so weird that you can now move while inside of the ice block. I think they kind of messed up some of the animation freezes while you CC'd. Because I've seen on EU like people shuffling when they hit with a freezing trap sometimes. And now an ice block. That's weird. I don't hate it, but it is kind of weird. It's going to be a blink out of Elijah. Fireball versus Pepsi. And Pepsi is going to bust out of the dude. That Kyrian Kitty burst is actually so good, you know? That's actually so good. That's kind of nuts. Elijah trying to see if he can get some blast into Pepsi. Pepsi is going to bust out of there, break out of there for a moment, regrowthing himself around the pillar, and should be mostly chilling, mostly okay. Get us a Moonfire. I think he's just waiting for a big Kyrian setup ago, because he did get everything out of Elijah. That was just so much raw damage, just raw carnage. The only thing he can't really do is get a lockdown onto Elijah, because he can blink out of it. Quick maim, there it goes. I think he's just going to go for it again. Big bite, big blades are up. Elijah, you're just melting right now. Quick breath, Pepsi could maybe shrink it out of it. If he just wants to keep the pressure rolling, is going to trick it. Elijah with the ulti time. He knows to ulti time. As soon as he gets low, another bash by the Druid. It is the shortest bash ever. Bites that continue to fly. Elijah with a blink gets to the smallest shield. Got himself the least amount of damage versus Pepsi. Pepsi breaking up the shifted power. Elijah trying to see if he can soul ship ahead of Pepsi. Is going to continue to power blasting him with Phoenix Flames to follow. Whatever damage he's got going on. Pepsi got himself Barkskin with the regrowth. Maybe Elijah interrupted. He does land the interrupt. Does Pepsi have a frenzy regen? He doesn't Fire Blast. Wait, the Master could just do the Druid in. Trying to regrowth. Is going to be able to do it. Flame Strike trying to avoid it. Barely any health. Is getting every single one of those regrowths. Every one of those regrowths is precious. Precious. Elijah looks like he's going to pick up the eyes immediately. Pepsi better start regrowthing. He knows this is going to happen. Is Elijah going to go for food? No, getting aggressive. I think Elijah could do this. One breath, one big setup, dropping down Meteor onto Pepsi with a good proc, hit him with a couple Fire Blasts. Pepsi poked out to go for a Moonfire. Might have not been a good idea. Elijah is going to put down a Rune of Power. And is going to sit down for some food as Pepsi has got himself recovering. Not a lot of mana available. Is going to try to see if he can get an opener. Elijah trying to go for a breath. Is not going to be able to use that for CC onto Pepsi. Pepsi leaping in. Does he have the big go? That's going to be the full ult time. Elijah is actually super safe as long as he just doesn't panic. As long as Pepsi doesn't get a big burst, it's going to get whatever health they can from the ulti time. Quick roar, and it's going to be Elijah with that shift in power. Pepsi with a frenzy regen. I think Elijah with that cooldown reduction is on the win side right now. Getting that interrupt onto Pepsi. No more regrowths for a bit. Pepsi, does he have enough damage? Stone onto Elijah. No more blink. I think it's going to be over. Does get the seed pod. Oh my goodness. That was actually such a close one between the Mage and the Druid. A lot of reasons for the both of them, but really close. Wait. I was going to say, is Elijah going to actually be able to live that seed pod burst? Sensei not going to let Pepsi out of there. Full burst. Everything but Zoan is going to be able to take him out very quickly. Holy Hands is up next. 15 minutes. Man, that's another long duel today. Crazy. Plaguebane, how you doing, my guy? Send you B-Night, but you don't accept. I can accept you afterwards. You got a group? I can accept you after this one. Let me know what's your real ID. It's going to be Holy Hands trying to get some judgments in. Maybe big setup. Going to be seeing wings and sets a trinkets out of it immediately. Vivifies are flying. Holy Hands sending out them judgments. He wants to go for the big Kyrian burst. but he's gonna accidentally pick out the eye, and looks like the Ring of Peace, even though it's on a lower platform, still keeps booping him out of the way. That is a little bit awkward, isn't it? That is a bit awkward. This is going to be Holy Hands still chasing after him. Wings are up, wings are down now. Fist of Fury, and looks like Sensei is going to have himself a go spinning crane kick with a proc. Holy Hands is trying to see if he can live it. That's going to be another proc of Wings. Does he have anything to follow? If he has a Hodge, Sensei will not have anything for it for a while. Holy Hands with the Hodge. Does he have any damage? Could be. No Wings, but still maybe big procs. It looks like he's really out of options. Holy Hands getting with a in cap into a bubble, and Sensei looking to bow out of there as fast as possible. Holy Hands trying to stay aggressive while bubble is up, but as he gets low health, Karma, oh my goodness, massive kick out of Sensei, not giving him a chance. Reverence is going to be up next. Big flash scarf shield loaded up, as he got him as well as the his monstrosities, his demons up on the run. Mortal Coil into Sensei. Does he get a stun? Handle Dance is going to go for a Tyrant immediately. Maybe Decimating Bolt. Maybe double stun. Is going to just send him whatever cast he can at Sensei. And sending Demon Doggers in there again. Decimating Bolt almost making it through. Flash Cat, but the Demon Dogs and the Felguard, they're just not going to let you do anything at 72% dampening. This is where healing is not going to be as important. Whatever cooldowns you have is whatever cooldowns you have. You literally can't heal. Sensei, literally he's casting Vivify. He's putting himself behind. The demon, like he's dead. He's literally dead. Demon Bolt, Demon Bolt. Literally playing defensive and healing at this high dampening, you're punished. This is where cooldowns is king. Cooldowns is the king. And Seavark is going to chill behind the pillar. Try to see if he can get himself a setup versus Reverence potentially. Maybe he can make something work. Maybe possibly could be. Trying to see if he could swing around. Reverence has a lot of his defenses back still. So this actually should be chill. He should be golden. At least for a bit. Wall is available. He doesn't really run Dark Pact or anything, which is a very, very powerful utility. I really do think you should consider a Seavark just building a couple of missile procs here and there, just building up for whatever burst he can. While Reverence isn't getting aggressive, Seavark is getting those missiles, which are valuable, especially when it comes to him doing the most amount of burst possible. So he's going to be A-okay for a bit. Trying to land a Poly versus Reverence is going to land it. That's going to be the skull. Oh, wait, what? Was that not an Axe Toss? Oh, Seavark did shrink it out of that. Axe Toss is going to get him. So the big knockback. Oh, Reverence does get in with a barrage hitting him as well as the pets. Reverence is kind of low in health. Going to be insta-cast by Seavark from around the corner. Just poke it out just to blast the Mortal Coil. Does connect, and the quick flesh cut for Reverence. Trying to get whatever defense or whatever healing. Interrupted on his Demon Cast. Going to be Seavark blinking in with missiles. I think those missiles and a barrage is going to do him in. Reverence with no health at all. Fire Blast, and he's got one more explosion just to take him out. Seavark with a nice setup there. Did whatever he could. Fake Friend is going to be up next. Trying to see if he might be able to survive the onslaught here. Does he do it? It is a marksman. Might be able to make something happen. Seavark blinking way out of dodge while leaving him with a couple images, slowing him down. Kyrian Burst. Seavark is going to have to ice block it. No healing at 85% dam. Or maybe a little bit heal? Minimum heal. Fake Friend went in for burst. He knew he needed to. He knew he needed to. And Seavark is going to be behind. He's not playing triple shield Lego. Not like that would help you that much anyway. So maybe playing damage Lego might actually be better. Seavark tried to see if he can blink around. Needs to land a Poly onto Fake Friend. He could shrink it any time. And Seavark is going to get some damage. Could be a Trinket Turtle. Because Fake Friend, yeah, Turtle, feign death. I don't know if he gives you damage reduction. Aim shot to follow. Seavark has nothing here left. Maybe going with this at some point. It's going to be Alter Time. At least he can put himself back in good health and stay aggressive while using Alter Time. You're just committing to like, okay, I'm going to take a lot of damn here, but I'm going to Alter Time. And just do damn. And then just come back whenever I get low enough. There's going to be an Ice Block. Ooh, Turtle Shell out of Fake Friend. I don't know if he needed to use Turtle as well as a wall right there. I think that might have been a big misplay. You can still maybe come back. Camo. He is getting some kind of healing from it. If he can go for another Kyrian Burst on Seavark from behind the pillar, he could do it. Kyrian setup. Is Seavark prepared for it? Shadow Meld. He is prepared. Can Fake Friend see Stealthies though with Kyrian? I think he might be able to see Stealthies. Arcatosphere getting set up for Seavark. Hitting him with a barrage. Oh, 20 minutes into that duel, but at least you did it. My goodness, what a long, long duel that was. That was a real long one, boys. What the hell? You guys like to keep them long, dude. Keep them like keep everybody on the edge of the seat, like, oh, is he gonna die? Is he just gonna live forever and run circles? You know, it's gonna. You know the answer. You know the answer to that situation. Yo, boys, that was a good one. I enjoyed the last one. It was a long one, but I did enjoy it. It is pretty clutch. I really like it when it comes down just to uses of cooldowns and seeing like who can use the cooldowns best and see where, like, how well can you play under pressure. I feel like it creates an interesting dynamic. I feel like Seavark and Reverence are pretty good at playing under pressure. Pretty good at that. Hunter isn't geared. If Rev dies, I'm getting collapsed. Yo, you actually were popping off. As a Hunter, you're actually doing just fine. I thought Moe get destroyed too. Boomies can do a lot of damage too, boys. Don't forget about that. Alright, gang. That's what we're gonna call it. Yeah, boy is hungry. I gotta get some food. I gotta chill. And, because I'm lightheaded, dude. I didn't really get to eat much today. So, we're gonna call it. Ventu is huge for PvP as a Hunter now. Huge. It's also pretty good for PvE. It actually can work. PvE as well. Gotta be good at playing under pressure because I take the most pressure as Arcane. True. That is true. You literally just gotta, like, I think you gotta do one of those, like martial arts movies training, like when they go out in the woods and they sit under a waterfall getting completely clashed while also just trying to stay calm. That's something Seavar gotta do. Except Seavar gotta literally jump inside of a volcano, an active volcano that's currently erupting, find a little patch of ground, sit on it while trying to meditate while he's just getting burnt from left and right, and try to find a way to just make it so his body isn't just singeing, just sheer will. Just stay calm the whole time. That's literally what kind of stuff Seavar has to do playing arcade PvP. Exile Kyrian Pod and Zero Hell again. Yeah, it's crazy. Also can't open because it could just grab by. Yeah, it happens sometimes in duels. Thanks for streaming down. Yo, thank you so much for joining, so much for coming. I appreciate you guys joining. Yo, we had some fantastic duels over in NA today, dude. Let's keep it like that every single week, dude. Let's keep it like that every week. Arcane exists. Everyone, your free trial of living has ended. I mean, Arcane can pop off too, dude. It's like is the epitome of glass cannon. Mighty Mage, I got you, my guy. If you want to put a group together, I can add you. I had way too many people add on Real ID. I try to keep people that make groups regularly in Real ID or like homies. I try to keep as many of those in Real ID. I'm usually capped. But Plague Bane, come back next Duel EU Friday or Saturday NA. Put a group together. I'm gonna pop you on the Real ID. Look you. Necro Arcane feels amazing. I'm happy to hear that. That's what I'm happy to hear, dude. I'm happy to hear that. That's awesome. I think like this is where Blizzard just really needs to. I mean, it's gonna be difficult, but like tuning covenants, 15% damn for 45. Yeah, it's huge. Like it gives you so much. It's some metamorphosis. It's just on a 3-minute cooldown. Actually, I guess it's a shorter CD. Actually, longer duration, shorter CD. It's a better meta, except like you don't get the immunity. What if you like while you cast, you got immunity while casting? That'd be dope. Except people would just be like start cast and just use it just to choose immunities. I gotta come back. I'll have a group. Anyone want to make a group with me? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, my guy. People are always looking for new players. They're always looking for groups to put together. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, the closer they can get some of the covenants, man, so it's more of a choice, more of like a playstyle choice, the better. Even if it's just in PvP. The Fireball Cleave reduces combust CD by 9 seconds per fire. Wait, that's actually kind of broken. Yeah, normally that's like the worst combo in PvE, like in Dungeons and Raids, but in PvP, that's actually kind of cracked. Like if you're doing a whole enemy team, especially if they're like a Beastmaster Hunter, if you can just get a couple fireballs in, dude, you just go full combustion into Necrolord to start fireballing. They're like, what is he doing? Just fireballing? Like it's not doing that much damn. And it's like, wait, you got a combustion like 20 seconds ago. How does it go combustion again? That's actually crazy. That's actually so nuts. Maybe I should try Night Fate Red. Do it, because we know how it works. You know how it works. I know how it works. We've seen how it works. It is nutty. Do it. I say try all the different covenants, boys. Give that variety. Give yourselves a bit of that variety. You know. I've seen builds with a proc for Deathborn Lego and combust every 45 seconds. Yo, that actually could be so huge. Just fireballing and then get into big procs and then constantly combusting. That I like that kind of stuff. I think stuff like that, like the unique builds like that, that's really cool. That's my favorite. I saw no city combust with Necro. That's awesome, dude. That is absolutely awesome. I want to see more stuff like that in the future. Kieran's bugged? How is Kieran bugged right now? Like, does it not give the stacks properly? Like, does it not make your like fourth ability stronger? I wonder if that's bugged for PvE as well then. But once you purges the stacks, it drops and it stops working. Someone purges you the stacks. Every time someone purges you, the oh, okay, so like they purged you, or they like purge the enemy, or the dispel. If it's a dispel mechanic, then they gotta fix it so it can't be dispelled. I feel like that shouldn't be dispellable. That's a covenant ability. It's like you play around it completely. I guess maybe they're like justified because it's short of CD, but I don't know, dude. But hey, also, how do you like the how do you like in that it's not dispellable? Okay, but it's purgeable. If it purge my shield, oh, it drops my stack still. Wait, really? That's so weird. That is bugged. So it's not a PvE change, it's a PvP thing. It is dispellable but not purgeable. I mean, okay. To purge my stack still, to purge my shield, to purge your stacks. That is weird. Yeah, they need to make it so like that effect doesn't go away, right? I feel like maybe they should be able to purge, maybe they should be able to dispel and remove like the dot of the Kyrian burst, but like the actual like effect should still stay. They're making like a debuff that needs to be like immune at best. I don't know. That's my thoughts. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming by. Appreciate all of you guys. Super fun to hang out with. I got food I need to get, dude. I am so lightheaded. Thank you, boys. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you guys all in the next stream. Alrighty. Peace.
Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days I'm not myself, there's no one I can turn to. All the feelings that we shared